of the USA. My name is Tyler Storm, and I'd like to welcome you to the 24th episode of StormWatch, 25th episode on the StormWatch podcast page in honor of the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the USA. Let's get right to the celebration by chugging the blood of this newborn Bud Light, baby. I failed. For the love of God, brother. Oh, terrible. Feel like a newborn American baby suckling at his mother's cheek, drinking the sweet milk of Bud Light, brother. Yes. Oh, what's this? What's that? A little birdie just told me that people are coming for your freedom, Americans, and it's time for you to fight back. As American citizens, it's time for us to step up and fight in the name of freedom and truth and honor and integrity, and in the name of our First and Second Amendments, right? It's time for us to take arms against the goddamn neocons, against the neoliberals, against the tech moguls, against the commies. It's time for us to fight back. We all bleed red, white, and blue, brothers and sisters in the USA. Let's take this country back one fucking step at a time. One more fucking step at a time. Every day we must take a step. Every day we must fight. Every day we must speak in the name of honor and truth and integrity and everything that we as good Americans stand for. We stand for everything great, like thievery, tax fraud, pedophilia, like corruption, everything that's beautiful in this world, capitalism, everything that's wonderful. But most importantly, we stand for truth, we stand for integrity, we stand for arming oneself, and we stand for every one of these things under the name of a beautiful and watchful and truthful God. Now you know what? Enough of this. On to you, Tyler, inside for the news. Have fun, brother. Thank you for that heartfelt and patriotic introduction, Storm in the Streets. Welcome here into the studio for the 24th StormWatch podcast episode. I am Storm in the Stew, and we are here to bring America to you, baby. Patriotism at its fucking finest. And we're gonna get started by cracking open a cold one in honor of America. American beer, Michelob Ultra Lime and Prickly Pear. Well, it's actually Lime Cactus now, but we're putting it in the America mug. I know I drank this for the St. Stormy Supreme, but it's because I couldn't get the flow of America out of my veins, even if I went green. Even if I'm representing somewhere else, I'm still representing the home. The red, white, and the blue, baby. Goddamn right. Ow! Fuck! Who would have thought America would be so fucking spicy on the back end? Ugh. Oh, excuse me. For all you parents at home, if you got colicky babies, make sure you help them get through that shit. Otherwise, they grow up with really bad indigestion problems. Oh, Lord. Gotta wipe off all this beer and burp with my American flag bandana. Oh, no, I'm so gross and American. It's beautiful. I'm just so sorry. Had to wipe all that pride off, all that beautiful fucking beautifulness. We went all America for this episode. I told you people a Team America episode was coming, and Team America is here. The Team USA is here to serve you, the people and the citizens of the USA and the globe. We are the greatest country to ever exist. We are the greatest people on this earth, and by God, by George, by everything, I promise you I'm going to bring to you America today in this episode and everything we do, baby boo.
And we'll be starting off with the Timex. This is an American brand. This is a beautiful brand, and I'm wearing the red, white, and black version. It's got the white sub-dial, so don't you, or white hour markers for, so those of you who are questioning what I'm doing, this is not just to support cops, which I do. This is to support the country I love, supporting you. Goddamn right. It's a GMT, so that way whenever I travel all over the U.S., I can visit its 4 time zones and keep track of the 4 time zones, because it is very hard to go to one side of the U.S. and then count forward 4 hours and then go to the other side and count backwards 4 hours. Do you know how difficult that is for the average American nowadays? They don't even know what GMT fucking stands for. God damn it. God, it's Greenwich Mean Time. Wait, hold on. GMT, yeah, Greenwich Mean Time. That's the place that they base the entire 24-hour system around. It's a Q Timex GMT 38mm stainless steel bracelet. It came on a stainless steel bracelet. I actually love this watch. I've worn it for a while now. I got it so that way whenever I was traveling, so whenever my girlfriend was traveling, anyone close to me, I'd be able to keep up wherever they go in the globe. But in realism, I don't give a fuck about anywhere else in the globe. I care where they go in the U.S. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was choking on patriotism. I was choking on Uncle Sam. I don't think any of you understand. I am in love with this country. Excuse me, $229. It's a steal on a stainless steel bracelet. Goddamn right, brother. I actually love 38mm. It's my favorite watch size. 39 is good. 38 is flawless. I have a, let's not say larger wrist, but I have a slightly above average wrist size, so I'm able to fit things that are a bit like 42mm, some 44mm. It depends on the complications, and it also depends on the thickness, the variations of the watch style, because I've seen some 42s that look like 44s. I've seen some 44s that look like 42s and 40s, but this is a proper 38. So for any of you who want to see a nice little dial on your wrist and you got some larger wrists, or even if you just have smaller wrists in general, this is a great unisex watch. This is good for ladies who like to have a little bit larger a piece on their wrist. This is good for the gentlemen who want to go out and have something they can travel with that isn't too overly expensive. I will make one comment though, that the GMT hand is a little bit laggy. If you're really focused on being nitpicky about everything like that, make sure you use your bezel, because it is a full... It rotates both ways. It goes both ways. The bezel goes both ways, baby. And it is... and it works great. It does work great. It's kept time pretty well. I've had to adjust it a few times as I learned how to use a GMT, but this is a great starter for any of you who want to learn how to use a GMT. I almost bought myself a GMT a couple years ago, and it was a... what was it? I think it was an IWC, but I don't want to be wrong about that one. I know it wasn't an IWC. It was... I went to the mall at Millennia, and this is where I first found that watch. It had an ice blue dial, black rubber strap. I think it had a silver bezel, and the bezel didn't rotate. That's one thing I noted about it, which is why I didn't even get it to begin with, and I wound up getting the Grand Seiko that I purchased, even though I don't like Japanese tech, and I don't like none of these foreigners, these Swiss, these goddamn bastards coming around here in my beautiful America. But I gotta be honest here, I think that this was the perfect starter, because if I had gotten something like that, I just wouldn't have known even what to do with it. I wouldn't have even known how to handle a watch like that. Some watches have more complication than somebody is capable of caring for. And at that time, when I'm still kind of a novice watch collector. I've been collecting since I was... 21, 22, I'm 27 now, so 5 years I've been doing this? That's good. Maybe I'm not a novice, maybe I'm like an adept or whatever the hell you want, because... oh, excuse me, that freedom got backed up in my throat like a loogie. Fucking, I know I'm a little bit adept because I just called out DJ Khaled's watch earlier. I was so excited about this, I even made a comment to the code. I was like, I may not be Nico Leonard, Roman Sharf, I may not be John Mayer, I may not be the guy who runs Houdinki, the skinny guy with the glasses who goes around interviewing everybody, always wearing a fucking sweater, who looks like the movie guy who does the Instagram reels where he's like, yes, make them blue, yes, make them tall, yes, make them have sex with their hair. That guy, he looks a lot like him, but he does watches and stuff like that. I may not be them, but I was able to call out that fucking DJ Khaled, this part of the watch spotting, was wearing a Patek Philippe Astronomia with the diamond, baguette diamond bezel. One of the most beautiful Patek Philippe's ever. One of the most beautiful watch. Actually, one of my grails. That is one of my few grail watches. There's like 3 that I have that if I saw them and had the money for them and couldn't and didn't have to think twice and I was just stuck with 3 watches forever, that's one of them. I don't know if I do the baguette bezel. It's a dress watch, so I don't really have to worry about doing over whatever, but I like keeping dress watches simpler. The baguette bezel, though, I mean, when Patek lays down diamonds, it is fucking pristine. You could drag a fucking nail and you won't catch any of this stuff. That's actually something I've noticed about big watch brands is if they do gem sets, make sure you pull something over it. Nothing crazy. You're not going to scratch the fucking diamonds, I'll tell you that much. You would need to be dragging diamonds over that shit to scratch your diamonds. So for all of you at home who are terrified of harming your jewelry, I promise you're going to be okay. Don't do it on the fucking stainless steel. Don't do it on the silver. Don't do it on the gold. Do it on your gems to see how they are setting. Because a few years ago, I went shopping, watch shopping with my ex. She got an Omega Seamaster diamond bezel. It was the Tahitian mother of pearl dial. Beautiful, beautiful dark pearl dial. And it had the diamond set around it. It wasn't baguettes because that would have been way more. This was just the standard diamond set. And even just the standard diamond set had almost no gap. Like, it beautiful setting. Shout out to Omega. Fantastic watch brand. Where the fuck did I even go with this? I went down a whole fucking rabbit trail. Back to the goddamn American Watch of the Week, bitch. A natural evolution of our original dive-inspired Q. First released in the 1970s, our original Q Timex gave the new generation a modern watch with quartz technology. Now our Q Timex GMT with a Swiss movement, a natural evolution of the much-loved Q Timex 1979 Rissou. Swiss movement in my American watch? You're telling me that my American stuff is made in other countries? I won't stand for it. American products in this country that aren't American, but we label them as American? What, next thing you know, you're going to be telling me this stuff was made in China and Taiwan and all these other foreign fucking countries. And you're going to be telling me it was made by slave children. And next thing you know, you're going to be telling me it was made by Uyghurs who were in camps and Christians who were in camps. Uyghurs is a religious group, you fucking racist bigots who know nothing about the religious world and nothing going on in the world. But the point is that it's not American. So, allows a new wave of jet setters, time travelers, and global reconnection and global connections alike to set additional time zone with its GMT movement because they're not focused on America. You only need one GMT hand here in America, and it's the time of now, because in America we don't have time zones. We have now. The time is now. That is American time. GMT. Fucking other times, all these other sciences, and what do you call it? They measure with the metric system. Is that what do we measure with? They measure with the metric. What do we measure with? Fuck here, hold on.
Guns and ammo.
We measure in not. You know what? Screw it. We do measure in a little bit of that metric system. We got 9 millimeters, bitch. I got 9 millimeters and 3.5 grams in my pocket right now. God damn it! Fucking shit, I'm ready to go! Ready to explode with it, brother! Ready to let the fucking American passions flow through me like the passion of the Christ! Yes, Lord! Where actually was I at? Iconic characteristics of the original: a black dial, red and blue rotating bezel, stainless steel bracelet, and a domed acrylic. The acrylic is scratched, by the way. It's not sapphire, so you're gonna fuck it up. This is a watch that you will fuck up. Expect to fuck it up. You're traveling a lot. Expect that your watch is gonna get fucked up. Even if you bought a $10 million watch, it's gonna get fucked up when you travel, because that's what watches do. They get fucked up. So for all you beginning watch collectors out there, don't get too butthurt. Believe me, I did too when I started collecting. Every little scratch, I'm like, watch, some people want to wear it again. Florence Pugh crying over a goddamn stainless steel bezel. But the point is, watches are meant to get used. They're meant to get scratched. They're tools. They're not dress accessories. They're not jewelry. They're not it. That's why it's watches and jewelry. So gentlemen, ladies, any of you who are collecting, please, please, please wear your shit. It's not like sneakers where it's You wear it out one time and all of a sudden you scuff it up and now it's scuffed forever, or you go out and you get it a little dirty and you can wipe off the dirt off shoes, but depending on the color, it'll still stain a little bit. Watches are not like that. You get that shit dirty, you clean that fucker off and you keep it fucking going. You keep that shit moving. Case diameter 38 millimeters, case height 12.5 millimeters, watch weight 116.24 grams. See, there we go with the metric system again. For those of you who don't know, 112 grams is a quarter pound. Wink, wink. Not that you need to know that information or anything. Case material, stainless steel. Case color, stainless. Case color is stainless. Stainless steel is a color? Since when? Case finish, brushed and polished. Dial color, black. Beautiful. Excuse me. Dial markings, markers, full battery type. I don't even care. Band, the lug width. For those of you who don't know, the lug width is right here. At the base of your case, it's where your strap actually meets the case. When they talk about lug width, it's these two bracers on either side of your watch. You have 4 of them connecting it. And they're talking about lug width because not all straps are universal. Straps are just not universal. You can't just you can't just be throwing a strap on every 5 seconds. You can't be just throwing new straps on every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You gotta check with the shit. You gotta check the girth, the width. You gotta check the length. You gotta make sure that you're not getting too long a strap, too wide a strap. You gotta even make sure that the shit's compatible because, some brands don't work well with other brands. You can't just be laying a fucking strap on and expect the bitch to be okay with it. You can't just expect them to adapt like that. You got to be the one adapted. Adapt, improvise, overcome. America. Water resistant to 50 meters. It's got a date window. It keeps up with 3 time zones, and that's what more could you ask for, especially if you're traveling. I think that's part of it is you have to focus on a watch as if it is exactly that. What is its purpose to you? What does it mean to you? What does that watch do for you at the end of the day? Because sometimes you could just use it for dress. My cousin got a skeleton. I got him a skeleton swatch because he just said he wanted a skeleton watch. And I think that's one of those watches where ideally it's more about the art of the piece rather than the functionality. So sometimes you just want a piece that's artsy. I've got a couple, I've got an open skeleton Belova that I got for my parents. It's not a watch I would have chosen off the rip, but it's been accurate. It's been comfortable, and it's kind of beautiful, especially if you're talking about a gold-plated stainless steel, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you pick the watch that's for you. That's the American way, baby. Goddamn right, the American way is to go out, get yourself a beautiful watch, get blasted off a beer, and go blast off into the atmosphere, baby. Whew. I guess if there's one thing I've learned about Titusville and everything that goes on here, it's kind of like space origin and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't need to blast off into the atmosphere to get blasted, you know what I mean? Kind of like the rockets we got going on there. Longtime Titusville Police Chief John Lau terminated after late night vehicle crash. See, sometimes you don't even need to go into outer space to get blasted. Sometimes the good liquid love of the Lord, Michelob and Bud Light, it's all you need to get blasted in this world. You need a little Jesus, a little America, and a little bit of beer. Now, I know why you're wondering why I'm taking my time to get to this. Because this story bothers me as an American man. Excuse me, I got a hair on my tongue. As an American man who goes out of his way to abide by his freedoms and live in the most comfortable, patriotic ways possible, I cannot stand to see an American person suffer through these indignities. I cannot allow him to suffer any longer. So you know what? We're going to, in honor of this case, we're going to crack open another American beer and my American... and my American flag and fishing pole koozie. Oh, Jesus Christ. Excuse me, holy shit. Quarter of this goddamn episode is me burping up beer. But that's America. That's what we love. That's what we do. That's what life is about. It's beer, boobs, and burps, baby. Goddamn right. Now let's blast off into this topic like he did into that corner. Florida Highway Patrol. Okay, here, hold on. Sorry about that. Florida Highway Patrol. The vehicle traveled off the road and overturned multiple times. Well, you can't park there, sir. Deputy Chief Tyler Wright has been appointed interim chief of police and will oversee department operations during this transition. You know what? A Tyler who's doing something right. I know plenty of Tylers, and they're decent guys. I know plenty of other Tylers. They're assholes. There's no way too many Tylers. I made a comment on that on AI Anaconda. There's too many of you fuckers. Can't stand it. You got the freedom to have your own name and stuff, but like, can you have the freedom to change your fucking name to a name that doesn't share with me? Bastards. Brevard County, Titusville, Florida. Longtime Titusville Police Chief John Lau was terminated Wednesday after he was involved in a late-night single-vehicle crash while driving a city-issued vehicle, according to the city officials. Officially. So, what it sounds like is he was going on a cruise. He was going on a little booze cruise, baby. We all been there. We've all been a little bit, past our limits. We've all been a little bit, blasted off in the Blue Origin sense. Do you know what I mean? We've all been a little bit of... We've all been a little bit of crash landed in our own mental state, you know what I mean? And went for a drive afterwards. It's the American way. I mean, did you guys ever see any of the old videos from like the 1970s when they were first enacting the drunk driver laws? Okay, this isn't even actually a joke. This is a real thing. All the people in the fucking videos were like, this is un-American. How am I supposed to be able to do anything if I can't drink and drive? How am I supposed to be able to go anywhere if I can't drink and drive? What's the point of this six-pack if I can't go drive to Walmart afterwards? And I feel the same way, actually. I might go to Wawa after this. I mean, what? You laugh? I know you laugh. I know. Sorry, we recorded this in front of a live studio. I didn't know. Not actually. It's just my camera woman who is... But the point is, I've only had 3 16-ounce Bud Lights and 2 Michelobes. That's perfect driving. If I took a dab right beforehand... I would be nothing if not a NASCAR driver. If I drink 3 more beers and take another dab, I will be an F1 racer. Now, I may not be able to handle the turns properly, kind of like, Chief John Lau, but I would be able to at least get up to speed. Do you know what I mean? Lau, who served the Titusville Police Department for more than 3 decades as chief since 2012, was driving an unmarked Chevrolet Tahoe. Copycats. I drink and drive, you drink and drive. I buy a Tahoe, you buy a Tahoe. I drive a Tahoe what? Okay. He drove a Tahoe drunk is the point of this entire fucking thing. What's good for me is not good for thee. I thought this was America. I thought we had the same freedoms, brother. An unmarked Chevrolet Tahoe owned by the city when the crash occurred around 11:30 p.m. Tuesday near the intersection of Barna Avenue and River Oaks Drive in Titusville. Wait a minute. Barna and River Oaks. Hey, what street are we on? What? I think that's crazy. That's crazy. We're near this. We're like 5 minutes from this. We're not even fucking 5 minutes from this. Holy shit. I'm not telling you my address. I'm not giving nothing important away. But the point is, what fuck am I doing? I'll just give my sister's address. I don't care. I'm already getting texts from fucking people who are having to deal with her. She can deal with some shit that I gotta deal with now. Goddamn right. Motherfuckers. 5 Barna Avenue and River Oaks Drive. I shit you not, I could probably walk to there from here. That's not a joke. That's fucking crazy. Do you know how hilarious that is? It's 11:30 on what? Was it June 24th that this happened? June 25th. Damn, son! 8 days ago. 8 days ago. 8 days. You know what? This nigga got arrested just in time for me to report on it, and I appreciate that. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, the vehicle traveled off the road and overturned multiple times. Thank goodness. I heard there's pork slices for sale, babies. Lau sustained injuries that were not considered life-threatening and was transported to Parrish Medical Center for treatment. No, of course he didn't, because he was fucking cracked out. Allegedly, he was drunk. Allegedly. Whatever. Titusville City Manager Tom Abate announced Lau's termination on Wednesday morning, less than 12 hours after the crash. He had one incident and down with his own ship. Well, I guess down with his car, not really down with his ship, but like down with his shift and down with his car. If he would have downshifted his car, he might have actually made it through this. I don't know how deep. Well, I do know how deep the bend was. It wasn't that deep. I just got to be very clear. It's rough. The Florida Highway Patrol responded to an incident involving Chief Lau in Brevard County last night where he was involved in a vehicle crash operating a city vehicle. They just keep repeating that he was operating a fucking city vehicle. Deputy Chief Tyler Wright has been appointed to interim city. I don't really care. The city was not publicly disclosed to the reason for Lau's dismissal other than confirming termination following the crash. Officials have not released details on whether any internal investigation is underway. What am I on? I'm on Space Coast Daily. Here, hold on. I feel like I did another thing on this, or I found another article on this. I could have sworn I did. I had one that was a bit more. Oh yeah, here we go. Titusville, Florida. The city of Titusville terminated Police Chief Lau on June 24, 2026 following an off-duty official. Okay. The incident occurred on June 23, 2026 at 11:17 p.m. At 11:17 p.m. in Brevard County outside Titusville city limits. Okay, so now it was in Titusville, now it's out of Titusville. This is what I mean about consistencies. Make sure you all check your fucking sources. Just because this is America doesn't mean every American is telling the truth about America. Chief Lau was driving a city-owned vehicle at the time of the crash. The Florida Highway Patrol investigation determined no criminal charges will be filed. So he's fired, but no criminal charges will be filed. Fired, no filed. Questions regarding the crash investigation, investigative process, or conclusions reached will be directed to the Florida Highway Patrol. Upon learning Chief Lau's involvement, Titusville Police Department responded to the scene. A patrol sergeant and patrol major responded. The sergeant had his body camera active and photographs were taken. Officers observed at the scene a partially consumed vodka bottle and a metal cup. See, they didn't bring this up on the Space Coast Daily. Check your sources, baby. Based on these observations, Deputy Chief Wright directed a commander to respond to the hospital and request that Chief Lau submit to alcohol testing, breath or blood draw, pursuant to city personal policy to determine whether alcohol was involved. Chief Lau refused both requests, constituting a violation of city personal policy. So in other words, I'm a little too smashed to pass the test. I've been suckling at the teat of newborn Bud Light babies too much. Well, it was really vodka. You see, this is what happens to traitors. He didn't drink American liquor, and goddamn, look what happened to him. Got a DUI. Well, he didn't get a DUI. He's not getting any fucking charges, apparently. He's able to wreck a city vehicle, crash with vodka in the car, and no criminal charges will be brought up, and everybody's just going to overlook. Do you know? Okay. In 7 months, we have had 2 deputies. No, it was 3 deputies. 2 of them were jail workers, and 1 was non. And okay, in the last 7 months, we had 2 deputies who were smuggling drugs and sex. They were smuggling drugs into the jail and giving out hand jobs like it was candy at a doctor's office. One of them was charged with... Oh shit, what was he charged with? I've read so many of our fucking officers going down lately, I can't even keep them all in check. Wayne Ivey just released a dog on that one random guy who was getting out of his car and is probably facing a lawsuit for that. And now the TPD police chief is fired with alcohol in the car and just... This is America, baby. We can throw out cases even if we want to. Even if it's a case of beer or a case in court, we can throw that shit out. Or we can just chug through it. Why would we let good beer go to waste? Oh my Jesus Christ, man. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to all my listeners at home. I am so damn gassy. Following his discharge from the hospital on June 24, 2026, City Manager Abate met with Chief Lau and terminated his employment. Deputy Chief Tyler T.J. Wright had been appointed interim chief of police to oversee department operations. Which means they're just on the search for somebody else because everything is corrupt right now down here. Extremely. It's not that it wasn't before, it's just so much more open now. This is an extremely unfortunate and avoidable incident. Thankfully, no other innocent parties were involved and no serious injuries were sustained, said Interim Chief Wright. This incident does not reflect the values of this department or the dedicated men and women who serve our city. No. Just a corrupt sheriff and a corrupt deputy and a corrupt police chief. That's not representing of anything going on here in Brevard. Multiple officers over the last 7 months have been arrested for committing crimes, for aiding and abetting criminals, or now apparently drunkenly overturning their vehicles. Keep on rolling. What? Keep rolling. Jesus fucking Christmas, man. You know what's so sad? You know what's actually so sad about all of this? This chief of police. This fucking chief of police. He's getting off with nothing. He's getting off like those fucking inmates in the jail. Just everywhere. He's getting off like fucking Epstein. Getting a sweetheart deal where nothing's happening. I think this is sad. We have so many officers and... There's a fly in this bitch. The fly is a paid actor. There are so many fucking officers who have gone down in the last several months. None of them have... Their mugshots of those 2 women who were smuggling in drugs and giving out handjobs in the jail were never released. Wayne Ivey is not being held accountable by anyone. And now this TPD officer, chief of police... Nothing is going to happen to him. But Brevard County deputies arrest woman after alleged cocaine discovery during booking process. But this woman is going to face fucking charges for nothing. Just a little bit of cocaine. A little bit of cocaine. Okay, I've said this before. Has cocaine really ever hurt anyone? Think about it. No. Hold on. Think about your life. Do you know anyone who's ever done anything bad who does cocaine? No, of course not. They're all good people. A little high energy, but they're good people. Message from Sheriff Wayne Ivey. Oh, God, this fat cocksucker. Over the weekend, deputies arrested Regina Cox. Cocksucker. For arresting... Wait, hold on. Over the weekend, deputies arrested Regina Cox for resisting an officer without violence during a traffic stop. Wait a minute. She resisted the officer without violence during a traffic stop. That doesn't even begin to make sense. Of course, she was transported to Ivy's Iron Bar Lodge, and folks, this is where things get interesting. Hell yeah. This better get interesting, otherwise I am tired of your stories and you need to have somebody else write them for you. As Cox was being processed through the scanner, an abnormality was seen in her lower region of her person, or her jail purse area, if you will. Our corrections deputies moved Cox to a change room out to... Wow, hold up. What the... I can't read. I'm retarded. Sorry. The American education system has failed me and now the rest of you. Our corrections deputies moved Cox to a change-out room where she was observed trying to cover her buttocks area with her hand. After moving her hand, a baggie dropped to the floor containing approximately 3.8 grams of cocaine. See, we use the metric system here. 9 millimeters, fucking 3.8 grams. We got it going on. We know what we're doing. 3.8 grams in the ass is going to be a little shitty, don't you think? I just want to be clear to all you people who hated that scene in Euphoria where they were swallowing the cocaine bags. That's real shit. You can hate it, you can call it fetish, whatever. That is real stuff that is happening right this second while I'm recording. That's stuff that's happening while you're watching this. That's stuff that happened in your own backyard. She shoved 3.8 grams of cocaine in her asshole. I know a couple guys who've done that, and I'm not going to say their names on here because, well, buddies, just remember. We all got dirt on each other. Let's try and keep each other clean while we're at it. Let's not go making mud. Let's not go making sweet mud that we can make sweet love in. This America, a hole's a hole, baby. I'm sticking my flag in it. I'm implanting that flag. Swirling it around. 3.8 grams of cocaine in the ass. Why wasn't it cocaine in the coochie? Rub a little on the clit. Get yourself a good time. You're gonna be stuck in jail for about at least a week at this point. If she can afford cocaine, she cannot afford a lawyer. That's the one thing I've learned. If you can afford cocaine, usually you don't have money for a lawyer because you spent it on cocaine. And the fact that she tried to hide it means she couldn't afford to buy more if they took this or if she threw it out. We're a bit broke here. We poor in Titusville. We poor. It's what we do. It's what we do. We broke. We be broke. This bitch be broke. Now, here's why we say you can't make this stuff up. As when the baggie dropped to the floor, Cox spontaneously uttered that she knew nothing about the drugs and that someone must have put it in there during the intimate encounter. You know, that could be. That could be. I keep seeing these reels where a woman is like, you see that? That's $1 on the ground. I ain't falling for no trick because you just want me to bend over so you can stick jelly beans in my booty hole. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. But what I'm saying is maybe she was wandering around. I mean, there's a lot of places to wander around here. You could just be wandering. She could have gone and had an intimate fling with somebody around here. Everybody be fucking in this fucking town. And ain't that the fucking truth? So maybe during, he's like, all right, let me put a butt plug in. And okay, here, you know what? We'll give a real life example. This is the butt plug. This hot dog, you see this? For all you viewers at home, this is the butt plug. You ready? Look, we even got a wide base so that way it doesn't get sucked in. Flared base. For all you at home who use butt plugs and everything like that, make sure that you get a flared base. Make sure if you use glass that you know what you're doing because that is a very temperamental thing and it can be perfect for your usage. Or if you are a bit too rough, it's not for you. Make sure silicone ones are good as well. It just requires a bit more force, so it's going to be softer on impact and it's going to be softer to the touch, but it's going to require a little bit more in there so that way you can actually make it in. Unless you're a bit more prepared of a person who's got a bit more room in their package. Do you know what I mean? Where was I going? Oh yeah, so what if he got her in the room and he's like, baby, let me hold on. Girl, we're gonna try something new tonight. Stop. What? What are we gonna do? Girl, we about to use some toys tonight. What do you mean like a toy? What do you like a rose or something? You want to bring out the handcuffs? You know, I don't know if I can do the whole cuffs thing because it makes me feel like I'm getting arrested. Do you know what I mean? It makes me feel like Wayne Ivey is about to make a commentary about my arrest. You know what I mean? Girl, don't you fucking trip. We're about to use a plug tonight. A plug? You mean like we're gonna go get some stuff beforehand? Like some coke or some weed or something? There's gonna be coke, baby girl. There's gonna be coke. Oh. Then he bends her over. Sees that little brown round right there. Well, if she's fitting 3.8 grams in there, it's not looking like that. It's a little more like that. Like that. You see that hole right there? That's the hole. He's like, all right. Spits on it. Here, hold on. Spits on it again, rubs it in on the outside so that way you can actually lube up the area and spread it apart, spread the hole a bit. Spit in the hole a little bit just to make sure. Then you take one hand. He's sitting there back there. He's like, all right, girl, you ready? Spreads the cheek open. You see the hole just spread open a little bit. And it just goes, ah! And it's all the way in there now. This is the cocaine. This hot dog in the butthole, the diagram I gave you, this is the cocaine in her butthole. And she's like, oh my God, it was so good. I don't even know what I got. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know how to feel. It's just, And so he claims he pulls the butt plug out afterwards and all that stuff. But little does she know, she's got 3.8 grams of cocaine stuffed in her butthole she was unaware of. All I'm saying is, Wayne, to all of you cops, you guys are very quick to judge, but Do you ever consider the whole situation? Do you even consider what she could have gone through or had to go through? What if they raped her and put that in her butthole? Bastards. There's just not much else to say about this one, folks, other than Cox received an additional charge for introduction of contraband into a detention facility for bringing cocaine to the jail facility. Folks, if not realizing that someone left cocaine in your jail purse is not good enough reminder to not do drugs, then I don't know what is. All I gotta say is, you know what? Screw you, Wayne. Have you ever had anyone shove something in your ass? I saw you cross-dress one time. You may have. You probably took that 9mm in the ass. Unloaded, of course. Allegedly. Can't see, but Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Wayne, stop judging people. Stop judging people for their drug use and stop judging people for their sexual proclivities. Palm Bay teacher accused of sexual relationship with 17-year-old faces multiple felony charges. Okay. Judge some of the people. Don't judge them all the same. All sins are equal in the eyes of the Lord, but you are not God. Spare the cocaine woman, not the pedo. Spare the cocaine woman, not the pedophile. The Palm Bay pedo. Palm Bay pedophile. I like that. That's a good alliteration. Palm Bay pedophile. Palm Beach pedophile Pete. Palm Beach Pete. Pedophile. Pedophilia Palm Bay. Palm Bay is pedophilius. Palm Bay is pedophilus. Make it Latin. Make it Latin as fuck. You know what? Fuck Latin. It's Palm Bay pedophilia because it's America. We don't do Latin. One of them dead languages. You think we want to be speaking some fucking dead thing like Chinkanese? I ain't never heard one of those types of slant eyes speaking none of that around this type of states and peoples and places and things. You think I'm gonna stand for Latin? Hell no. Palm Bay pedophile. Teacher worked as a special education teacher at the Heritage High School. I wrestled some kids from Heritage. There was a motherfucker I wrestled from Heritage High School who was, I swear to fucking God, this nigga was stacked as a motherfucker. I was wrestling at 170, so I was that perfect middle range in between, like, the heavies and the lights, you know what I'm saying? I was that middle ground. This nigga was, 170, he looked 170, but he fucking grappled like that motherfucker weighed 220. Like, the strength on this motherfucker was crazy. I shit you fucking not. This nigga had one eye like Forrest Whitaker. Shout out, I can't remember his name. You know, actually, shout out all my old wrestling buddies, everybody I used to fuck with, everybody I used to grapple with, but all that shit. Add me back to the Snapchat group chat, niggas versus nagas. I remember naming that shit when I was younger. I had a whole Snapchat group chat with like fucking 30 other wrestlers, and then Snapchat took my shit away. Snapchat, please give me my old Snapchat back. But if any of you remember my ass, Tyler Storm. One, let's go at it again. I'd fucking love to grapple. This is an all-American sport right there, baby. I'll fucking throw some motherfuckers around. I'll drop the weight too and do it, and I'll show you bastards what's what, just like in the old days. No, but seriously, any of you who fucking actually remember me, please add me back to the group chat. The last I remember, it was called Niggas versus Nagas. Y'all may have changed it since then, but please just add me back. Little consideration goes a long way. And in these trying times in this country, brothers gotta stick together of all cooks, creeds, religions, qualifications, and cocks. Where was I at? Palm Bay County, Palm Bay, Florida. Heritage High School special education teacher has been arrested after... Okay, here, let me restart this so this can be a little bit quicker. A Heritage High School special education teacher has been arrested after Palm Bay police said she engaged in sexual conduct with a 17-year-old boy. Well, this is the barely legal category. Gentlemen, you all like to watch it. Ladies, they like to live it. That's all I'm saying. You know what's crazy? I have read about more female pedophiles coming out of Florida than I have male pedophiles. As far as teachers go anyways. As far as like educators, there was that one guy who was like 18 or 19 with the 16-year-old, the music guy. You remember that a couple months ago? There was that. But that's like a 3-year age difference. They're getting him with that off of statutory. It's a technicality. 3 years is not crazy, but This is one of those moments where the family can pursue this because of the age gap, misuse of power, and all these other things that they can add charges to. And truthfully, maybe he was abusing her and all these other things. But that's not the entire reason we're bringing this rabbit hole down to whatever. My entire thing is I think I've read upwards of half a dozen female pedophile teachers in the last whatever. It's also because females are the primary educators. So when you look at the fact that there's more female educators, you're going to start noticing more female pedophiles coming out of the woodworks, because it's kind of like when you were looking at who are the people who deal with cadavers? The morticians. It's like the morticians. They were primarily men, and then after a while, people started noticing, oh my god, these men are fucking the corpses. These men are having sex with the corpses. Now there's so many female educators, these females are having sex with the young men. And young men nowadays are just like, but why wasn't it me? And so they get away with so much. Hey, don't you point fingers at me. I have never once stated that I wanted to be molested. You know, I'm not even going to keep going with that. According to the court records, 41-year-old Michelle Lynn Hancock was taken into custody on Tuesday and booked into Brevard County Jail. Cox and Hancock. I didn't do this. All I'm saying is there's way too much cock in this. Just like there was way too much 17-year-old cock in this woman. The investigation began early Tuesday morning when the officers responded to a report of a suspicious vehicle parked near Dorchester Road Northwest and Exora Avenue Northwest in Palm Bay. Police said he found Hancock and a 17-year-old male inside the vehicle. Damn, you can't even fucking do it at your own place? You can't even do it at... You are a 41-year-old woman, and you can't even invite the 17-year-old man... The 17-year-old man... The 17-year-old boy in your own fucking crib and do this shit? You gotta be doing it in his... Whose vehicle was this? Was this his vehicle? This is the vehicle his parents just bought him and you're molesting him in it? Good on you, boy. But damn, this is not right. That's not the mileage you should be putting on this vehicle, woman. An arrest affidavit states that Hancock worked as a special education teacher at Heritage High School. Was he a retard? Were you touching a tardy? Were you touching a tardo? You know, there's Nardo, what is it? There's John Wick, Nardo Wick, and now you touching a tardo on his dick. What the fuck is this shit? God damn it, bitch. Investigators said the teen was not enrolled in any of her classes, but Hancock had previously taught his brother and had assisted the teen with school-related work. Huh. You know, you remind me a lot of your older brother. You even got his, hair. I liked his hair. It was so coiffed. You did something with my brother? No. But I'm willing to take the risk with you. You're not like the other boys. In this, like, sultry, deep, demonic voice that just gets, like, scarier every second she's there. She's just a demon. According to investigators, the teen told police that he and Hancock had been communicating through text and had met on several occasions. Fucking snitch! Snitch! Snitch ass bitch! Bitch ass nigga snitching on some shit. Just like Gucci Mane. Just like fucking Gucci Mane, who dropped a music video and a whole ass diss track for Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty, Free Big Brr, and that motherfucker did a whole diss track talking about fuck them niggas, they fucking held me up at gunpoint, talking about release me from my fucking deal, release me from my fucking deal. You know what? I ain't even a street nigga no more, and I wasn't never like fucking born in the streets, but you know what? I chose to live that shit for a while. You can ask anyone around here. I was a little fucking thug. I was a little fucking jug. That's why I talk the way I do. That's why you hear the code switching, because I had middle class mama and I had lower class tendencies. That's the truths. But let me tell you what. There's one thing I have never done, and it is snitch on someone involved in my fucking problems. If I know that you're abusing dogs like a couple of the people up the road, by the way, shout out y'all motherfuckers. Don't think I forgot about y'all. Don't think I forgot about y'all, because I promise you I ain't, and I know you ain't either. You got 9 dogs in a crib. You got a baby living up front with the baby mama of a baby daddy who ain't even in the fucking picture and ain't even paying for the baby shit. Fuck y'all niggas. Love my sister, but you know, you're a retarded bitch. And these motherfuckers you live with, broke ass, bummy ass, retarded ass, bum brain niggas. And that's all they gonna be. And the bitches is just the same. And the bitches is just the same. There's a difference though. Is I ain't ever I call cops on motherfuckers, and you know what? I'll even gladly say I'll say that to you. If you break in my crib, I will shoot you and then call the cops on you and then tell them how you fucking broke in my crib and I tried to shoot you. Bitch ass nigga, you think I'm just gonna leave this shit up to the street? Why? So I can get charges? Why? So I can fucking go to jail? Nigga, I'm gonna play this shit the Hill and Bill way. I'll make sure you get taken care of in all the other fucking ways, and I will go about my business scot-free, touching on fucking fat bitches that love me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the big girls. We love you. Shout out to the thickums. Thickums McGee's. My milkshake, babe. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard ass bitches. Love y'all. Love them. You know what? I like thick girls. I like to grab the meat on that hoe. You know what I'm saying? Get that fucking rump. Get melons in your face. On the ass there, the titties. You know what I'm saying? Where did we even go from here? Oh yeah, snitch ass, bitch ass nigga. That's the thing about Gucci Mane, man. You can't be fucking talking about how you the streets. You was the representation of a hood nigga for years in the early 2000s till now. Goo-wop, when you got the fuck out of jail, nigga, everybody in hip hop went wild. Everybody went brazy. That ain't the fuck. That's the truthiest truth I could give this nigga, is everybody. Nigga, you from Atlanta, and we got excited down here in Florida when we saw you on the track with Kodak, and then we hear you with Dirk, and then we hear you with Pooh and them. Nigga, I fucking remember when you brought out the new 1017. I was the fucking biggest supporter I had. Every one of Pooh's fucking tracks, I listen to fucking Big Scar, I listen to fucking goddamn Fujiano, the mayor. Huh? Fucking the mayor ass nigga. Goddamn, and that nigga still in jail. Motherfucking shit. I remember when you brought out K Shade, bitch ass nigga, and then you out here snitching on the motherfuckers you brought up and kept telling to be hood. This is my fucking issue, is I'm not out here telling y'all motherfuckers to be hood. I did my shit and I'll still play that shit if it ever comes down to it, just like any motherfucker should be willing to do if you want to claim that shit or be like that or anything like that. But you were the representation. You bigged them niggas up in their head. You bigged them girls up in their head. You bigged them all up in their fucking head that they was superstars, that they was the next thing, that they was all fucking Wheezy F baby ass niggas coming out of fucking Memphis, Tennessee. You should have let them niggas sign with Gotti. You should have let them niggas sign with Gotti, because even though fucking Dolph got at the end of the day, guess what? It was just Dolph, fucking Key Glock and fucking Gotti and Jeezy and them other niggas. You can hate that, you can say whatever. Goo up, goddamn, back in the day. He was a real gangster, da-da-da-da-da. You should have just let them motherfuckers go with goddamn Gotti and shit. Fuck you, nigga. Goddamn shit. My thing is you know what? I respect it to a degree. You should call the cops on. I literally just said, if you break into my crib, I'll shoot you or stab you or like mace you or bash you over the head with a fucking pole and then call the cops on your bitch ass, because that is the real shit that I would do. And I tell them every fucking detail. But my thing is I respect it to a degree because you called the cops because you're trying to be an upstanding citizen and shit. But you, less than 10 years ago, was bigging these niggas up about how they are the street, how they are gangsters, how they need to be. Pooh was robbing motherfuckers 5 years ago for a pair of shoes. A pair of shoes, nigga. A pair of shoes in a bag. They got him on video. By the way, Pooh, you are one of the worst criminals ever, nigga. Yeah, it's free big brr and all that shit, but like, You ain't a good criminal. You ain't no John Gotti. You ain't no fucking Al Capone. You're not even a movie gangster. You're not De Niro and Goodfellas, nigga. You are not fucking. Ah, damn. We just watched American Gangster. What's his name? Luke Frank. You are not. That's what it is here. Hold on. Let me. Oh, before I just watched that movie. I don't want to get all this shit mixed up. Bitch. Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas. Nigga, you ain't Frank Lucas. That's my thing, is like, people change, people grow, but the thing is if you influence a group of people to be robbers, killers, all that shit, real gangsters, kind of like NBA Youngboy. You inspire niggas to be crash outs. You inspire niggas to be jugs. You inspire niggas to be niggas. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between a black man and a nigga. And I've heard Charleston White and other people say shit like that. Because that's the thing, is you can be You can be a black man, or you can be a native man, or you can be a nigga, or you can be a red nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can be one or the other, and you taught them motherfuckers to be niggas. You taught them to be that, Gucci. We all grew up on your shit. You and Wheezy F, y'all motherfuckers taught everyone that it's cool to be Pyru Blood, 1017, so icy ass shit. And then you go and switch up on them, and you don't give them an out, you don't give them an option, you don't give them a choice in the matter. So you you're no better than the fucking colonizer, cracker ass niggas that you rapped about before, or that you talked about before, or that these motherfuckers have talked about. You ain't no better than the fucking cracker studio owners that fucked them out of their deal. And that's the shtick of it. Is it's not that I don't understand both sides. It's just you right now are being held accountable for your influence, and that is the fact of the matter. You're being held accountable for your fucking influence, and you just ain't even caring about this shit. Now fucking Pooh's about to be in jail facing another 10 to 15 years or some shit. That's the American way, baby. It's like my cat came to visit. It's the American way. He's a Chinese tiger baby. Forgive me. It's the American melting pot I brought into this bitch. But I love this cat. God damn it, man. Checks, go away. He's straight right now. I'll just let him be. He's good. You can't be the one. I know that you are not responsible for how people interpret you and react to you and all this other stuff, but you are responsible for the people you take care of and that you build up. And that is the truth. And you took care of these people and you built them up, and now you dropping them. Kind of like this woman built up this young boy's cock, and then he just let her down. According to the investigators, Hancock is facing multiple charges, including engaging in sexual conduct with a student by an authority figure, unlawful sexual activity with certain minors, unlawful lewd or lascivious touching, and traveling to meet a minor. The case remains under investigation. So they're going to sweep this up. This is going to be one of those cases that we touch on in a couple of months, and it's just some fucking stupid, crazy, just an easy plea. You know what I mean? You know what? Speaking of touching back on things, fucking Port St. John man who shot brother-in-law on video sentenced to life. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about this motherfucker right here who shot his brother-in-law. What are you doing, step bro? Ending your shit, bitch. Bah! What are you doing, step brother? Busting a cap in your ass. Bing! he shot his step bro. So, so I'm noticing a theme here. Maybe parents, this is a note for you. Maybe don't just bring step siblings into your child's life and expect them to be okay with this. That's my thing. Oh, wait, was this step brother or brother-in-law? Brother-in-law! That's not the same as a step sibling. But the point is that 16-year-old boy murdered his stepsister because she wouldn't put out in the stepsister pornish way, and now he's barely getting charges. And now this man who shot he shot his brother-in-law in the head. He might be getting life. He should get life in prison, I guess. Although I just gotta say, is it that hard to avoid family reunions? Is it that hard? I've been doing it pretty well. I love my family, but I think they're better kept at a distance. They're better to talk to from here. You know what I mean? That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even that. Just more like a hi. How you doing once a year? You know what I mean? That's the shit. If you feel the need to shoot your family, you should probably stop going to cookouts, and you should probably just kill your sister. I've considered it too. If you don't like the guy she's bringing back, just remember, if that doesn't work out between her and him, she gonna bring back another dumb motherfucker just like him. Just take out your sister, like the kid did on the cruise. A Port St. John man who was shown on video calmly shooting his brother-in-law in the head has been sentenced to life in prison. Brevard County prosecutors convicted Daniel K. Deemer, 32, of second-degree murder at trial in February for killing Kyle Zepeda, 45. In December of 2019, Deemer was causing a disturbance in the garage apartment of his mother's house on Camberley Street. Man can't even move out of his crib before he shoots his brother-in-law. Indecent. Now your mother has to deal with the blood stained on her front porch forever. Do you think her azaleas are going to grow in properly? No. What do you care? Like, you don't even fucking... Your mother's ficuses are never going to grow in properly because of the brain chunks that you splattered on the ground and the bone fragments that are cutting the roots off. Do you even care? No, your mother's ficuses suffer and you don't give a fuck. Your mother's ficuses suffer and you don't care. You don't even get to face the ramifications of killing her ficuses. You just get to face the ramifications of killing a brother-in-law. You get life in prison for that. But what about your mother? What about the poor woman who has to clean up her fucking rose bed, her tomato plants, because you busted this man's tomato on her plants? That's not right. That's not right. In December of 2019, oh yeah. And his sister and Zepeda went there to check on him and calm things down. Investigators said, well, that was your first mistake. You just sometimes let crazy people be. He might have killed himself if you would have left him alone long enough, and then everyone would have been able to walk away happier. Well, you might have not been happier, but you would have been able to walk away. Phone video taken by the sister showed Deemer meeting his unarmed brother-in-law at the door, immediately retrieving a handgun from a table inside, pointing at the victim's face and pulling the trigger. Whose reaction time is this slow? You see that he's crazy. You see he reaches inside for something, and you're like, I want to see where this takes me. I think this is a journey that I'm ready to go down. And the journey you go down is into the grave. Deemer briefly looked down at the dying victim at his sister screaming in panic, then he closed the door. Well, that's how you should handle Jehovah's Witnesses. Open the door. Have you heard about our good Lord and Savior? Boof! Shik. That's basically the plot of Heretic. At his June 4th sentencing hearing in Vieira, Deemer's attorney called for a prison sentence shorter than life and presented his testimony from psychologists who said Deemer had struggled with schizophrenia, although he had not formally been diagnosed or treated and they had not treated the defendant. So he's a schizo shooter. This is a very common theme among crazy people and schizos. Not only do they just sit there in the corner just shooting loads, they shoot people. This is a common occurrence. Where was I at? Circuit Judge Steve Henderson had earlier ruled that Deemer was competent to stand trial based on court-ordered psychiatric evaluation, and a jury found Deemer guilty as charged. Assistant State Attorney Samantha Barrett said, I am thankful that the court helped safeguard the community and provide justice to Mr. Zepeda's family by sentencing the defendant to life in prison. You know what? He probably deserved it. I'm not going to say one way or the other. This is America. The man had a right to defend himself. For all we know, the brother was there to molest him. What do we know? Maybe that brother was the one who put the 3.8 grams of cocaine in that woman's asshole. Well, of course not. He was dead before then. What? Of course not. Of course not. He was he was long gone before then. What are you doing, brother-in-law? Ending your life. What are you doing, stepbro? Adding a new hole to you. That man got head from his brother-in-law. These jokes are so bad. I'm so sorry. But, you know what? As far as ways to handle your family go, this could have been worse. Burglar who killed Palm Bay father accepts life sentence, avoids death penalty. Well, so we got 2 lifers. 2 headshots, 2 lifers. A burglar who faced the death penalty for killing a Palm Bay retiree in his home will instead serve life in prison without parole under plea agreement supported by victims' children. Well, you know, sometimes you should be locked away for life. I think some people should, like Erica Kirk. Throw that bitch away. Throw her away. JD Vance said he found God again through her pussy. I think that's demon stuff. I think if white woman pussy is so good it helps you find God again, you need to reevaluate, not run in 2028, and consider a new alternative. I don't know. What do I know? Justin Guillen. How did I even get to Erica Kirk from here? The fuck? Where is my life in prison? TPUSA? No, hold on, I wasn't that. Justin Giambonco, 34, pled no contest and was sentenced to June 3rd for first-degree murder of Paul Black, 60. Why has he got to be Paul Black? Why can't he be Paul White? Why can't he be Paul Red? Why can't he be Paul Yellow? Racist. And related charges of armed burglary, false imprisonment, and grand theft of a firearm for 2023 robbery. Jesus Christ. I think he needs a beer. In exchange, Assistant State Attorney Samantha Barrett agreed not to seek the death penalty at trial. No! Kill him! Whack this motherfucker! I'm so tired of this. I keep trying to be there to big up the criminals. I keep trying to be like the podcast Gucci Mane. But I'm realizing one thing. I will turn on y'all as quick as he turned on Pooh Shiesty. I will turn on you quicker. I'm not even on your side. I've turned on you already. I turned on you when I turned on the episode. I'm sorry. If you thought I was on your side, I'm already on the opposite. I'm just sorry. That is the way it is. In exchange, Assistant State Attorney agreed not to seek the death penalty. As part of the same agreement, Giampanco also pled no contest and was found guilty in 5 other open felony cases in Brevard County that included charges of burglary, aggravated assault, grand theft, written threats to kill, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. At the sentencing hearing of Vieira Black's youngest child, Jennifer Ollie remembered her father as a supportive friend, engineer, musician, and Air Force veteran who wanted to visit places he hadn't been to and go to more of his grandchildren's birthday parties. He will not be able to do that now. Let me tell you what. He killed a 68-year-old. He can't see his 6 to 8-year-olds. I think that's how it works. Ollie said her family agreed to plea agreement not out of pity or aversion to the death penalty, but to end the tragedy and avoid potentially years more in court with Giambanco because he could have gotten away with it and the family didn't have enough money to sentence him. You took a lot from my family just by making one selfish decision. You had no right to take life, Ollie told Giambanco her family impact statement. You'll have a long life ahead of you in a small prison cell, and I urge you to use the time that you seek forgiveness, repent, and build closeness relationship with God. Be like J.D. Vance. Go find, well, I guess you're in prison. You're not going to be finding it in a white woman pussy. Go find God in a white man's asshole in jail. It's about the best you're going to be able to do, buddy. It's Shawshank Redemption for you, my brother. So sorry. One of Black's son called Palm Bay police to the victim's house on Northeast Palm Drive on April 20th, 2023 during a visit to check on his father, and son found Black lying in a bedroom doorway, bound and disfigured. A lot like the Asian woman we saw at 3X the other night. A bloody kitchen knife lay nearby. Black died of multiple blunt force wounds, punctures, and cuts that included a large laceration to his neck, the medical examiner found. Beneath Black's body, Palm Bay investigators found an Apple iPhone SE which they assumed belonged to the victim. Instead, a digital forensic examination of the phone and its contents revealed it belonged to Giambanco, who had just been arrested by Melbourne police for another burglary. You brought your phone? You brought your phone on a burglary? You brought your phone to rob someone. You're as bad as Pooh. All of you. Inside Giambanco's Honda sedan, police found prescription bottles belonging to Black, along with a handgun, camera, computer equipment, and passport stolen from the victim's home. Now, what were you going to do with all that? What were you going to do with all that? Were you going to drive the Honda sedan down to the Mexican border, go across with some pills and a handgun and a camera so you can travel in peace? Are you you're gonna use his passport to get across the Mexican border so you can travel in peace? Go shoot some Mexicans like what we did a couple months ago? Go in there and shoot a cartel leader? You know what? Hold on. Maybe he was inspired by Donnie. We took out El Mencho. Maybe Giambanco was just trying to take out the next El Mencho before he was able to come to power. And he needed this man's passport and his pills and his gun to do it. Maybe he wasn't armed well enough. I'm not saying that he did the right thing. I'm saying that we don't know everything. And maybe this family took away a good warrior for the American people. Maybe he was trying to do what Cotton Hill did and take out Castro, but he's trying to take out the next El Mencho. Does anyone mention this to the family? No, not in the slightest. Inside GM Bunko's Honda sedan. Oh, wait, we already went through this. And passport stolen from the victim's home. In the backseat, a crime scene investigator found a pair of sneakers with a zigzag pattern on the soles and traces of blood on them. Zigzag pattern. It's not Adidas. It must be a broker brand. Sorry, I don't speak broke. I only know the word because I have some friends who are less off, I guess you could say. I have some friends who got a little bit of money, and I got some friends who are like me, where they're like dead in the middle, and then I got a couple friends who are just... I've covered some bills, and then I've watched them go and spend that bill money on weed. But that's not the point. That's not the point. It just sounds a little broke to me. Maybe that's why it's the brokenness and burglary. Hand in hand. Aw, Pooh, is that your problem? Aw, man. Maybe what happened is Pooh just went broke spending all that bonus money. Burglary, brokenness. Guess you never do break out of that brokey mentality. Shout out to Andrew Tate. The soles matched a bloody footprint at the murder scene, and The soles matched a bloody footprint at the murder scene, and the blood later was a match to blacks, not whites. GM Bunko had a long record of local arrests for theft, violence, and drug possession. But they weren't even his drugs. He took the drugs from the other guy. Maybe he's stopping the other guy from doing drugs. This is kind of like a Batman situation where if Batman was arrested, what are you charging him with? He's going down to stop the new El Mencho in Mexico, and he's stopping this old guy from overdosing. I think you guys are the ones who are in the wrong here. You know what? I came around. I'm on his side. I was originally against him, and now I'm right back around to being on this guy's side. On GM Bunko's side. Crazy. GM Bunko had a long... Oh, wait, already... The state attorney's office filed notice in June 2023 that it intended to seek the death penalty, and now it wound up in 2020 fucking goddamn 6, where he's just going to get a life sentence. Along with the guy who shot his brother in the head. You know what? I think that is a beautiful, 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 beautiful sentiment. Sometimes, when you are unable to shoot your shot in this world, sometimes you shoot your family. And sometimes you shoot a beer. Sometimes you shotgun a beer. You know what? Speaking of shotgunning a beer, how about the perfect fucking halftime show? I hear Storm on the Street has a perfect one that he has prepped for us. I hear it has Bud Light. I hear it has sparklers. I hear it is as American as it can get, along with everything you have here. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the TP USA, the Tyler Plummer USA halftime show. Now, from Storm in the Stew to Storm on the Streets.
Thank you for that lovely reintroduction, Studio Storm. Welcome back, brothers and sisters of the USA, to the StormWatch Bud Light halftime show. Are you ready for this? Because I'm ready for this. Oh, God, man. Round 2. Yes. What's more American than trading the blood of a Bud Light baby during a halftime show? I'll tell you what. Lighting a torch in honor of America and in honor of the Statue of Liberty. You know what? In honor of America and freedom, we will keep the torches lit for you, brothers and sisters. Now back to you, Studio Storm.
What was that, little freedom bird? What was that? You saw the Statue of Liberty. No, you saw a Statue of Liberty level performance by a Storm on the Streets? Sparklers? Bud Light chugging? God damn. That's the most American halftime show I've seen since Kid Rock's halftime show. It was Kid Rock level? Wow. And across from the Statue of Liberty, you saw two fucking Rooskies. You saw two Rooskies. What were they? What? They were on the Empire State Building? What? They were holding up some queer sign about love? About love? Ugh. That's disgusting. Thank you for letting me know, Bird. I should crack open a cold one. Hold up, guys. Hold on. I should crack open another Michelob Ultra Lime Cactus in honor of America, in honor to cancel out the Ruski in my mouth. Ugh, you're right. I should crack open a cold one for the American ladies and gentlemen. You know what? When you can't crack Ruski's heads, nothing like cracking open a Michelob Ultra. What was that? We got a big finale after all this that our guests should look forward to, that they should be paying attention for. Well, shit, Bird. Thank you for letting me know. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and go get yourself a beer and enjoy the show yourself? Be gone! Fly, fly away, bird. Now, what was he saying about this goddamn Ruski couple? Daredevil couple arrested after climbing the Empire State Building. Also, thank you, Storm on the Outside, for the reintroduction and the stuff and the lack and all that stuff. Just wanted to give a little bit of shout out and kindness to the patriotic man who's been helping run this show outside of here in the studio. Brotherhood. What we know, a Daredevil Russian couple were... You know, it's fine. I read another article. They didn't mention that they were Russian at all. A Daredevil Russian couple were arrested and charged after scaling the Empire State Building in New York City on Wednesday in what appeared to be an elaborate and risky marriage proposal. In New York. Where's Alicia Keys right now with the concrete jungle where dreams are made of? Shoot your new bride. You could. He could. Well, no, you can't have guns up there. Not in the same way. Mum Dami's running the place. What does it even matter? That's why they're allowed to get away with this shit. They're able to flood all of Times Square. People are allowed to go and kill fucking Spurs fans because they don't like the Knicks. And people are allowed to climb the Empire State Building. New York has become a shithole. New York has become a hellhole. What is the average rent there? $4,000, $5,000 for an apartment? And that's for a one bedroom? Maybe even a studio? Y'all are fucking crazy. Y'all are absolutely insane. I don't even want to visit there. There's like 2 restaurants I want to visit. And one of them is that Giovanni's place where he's like, nah, time to make a sandwich. It's that motherfucker, the balding Italian man that makes these fucking, now time for the one slice dice. And then he fucking drags the knife through the bed. That motherfucker. I want to try them sandwiches. And I want to try some pizza up there because everyone says the food is better, the pizza's better. I want to get a New York slice. I'm a grown motherfucking man and I need a New York slice. I just don't want to have to deal with New Yorkers. You know you're more likely to get bit by a New Yorker than you are a shark here in Florida? You are more likely to get bit by the average New Yorker than you are by a shark on any beach any given day in the state of Florida. An entire state, and you're more likely to get bit by a New York City person than you are by a shark. Just saying. You basically got grown toddlers running throughout the street. That's why they're climbing to the top of these buildings. No one is punishing these kids. And they're Russian. Terrible. Man, on the Russians. God damn it. I respect Putin. Doesn't mean I like him. The New York Police Department identified them as Ivan Kuznetsov, 32, and Angelina Nicolau. By the way, I actually got those names proper on the first go. Big ups to me because I'm American, which means I am amazing at everything. I am the best at it. Like, you know what? You saw what Storm on the Streets did with that shotgun. He's not the best at it, but he's the fucking best at it. You know why? Because he's American. Because he's American. So even if he's the worst at something, he's the greatest at it. We're the best, the absolute best. No one shotguns like us. Ibuprofen, no one be profin the way I be profin. And that's true, no one be profin the way I be profin. That's a DM archive reference for those of y'all who don't get that. Self-proclaimed rooftoppers, because they like the hard R and not rooftopers, who climb and pose atop the highest buildings without safety nets or permission. The two were the subject of 2024 Netflix documentary Skywalkers, a love story. Is everyone just taking the Skywalker name? That dumb fuck Ray gets it, and now just everyone gets to adopt the name Skywalker? That name used to mean something. That name is like the Kennedys. It used to mean something in this world. And then all of a sudden it gets bought out by Disney and nobody gives a fuck anymore. Everyone's allowed to have at it. Everyone's allowed to be a Skywalker. I'm a Skywalker. You're a Skywalker. We're all Skywalkers. Fucking dumb bitches. Aerial footage showed that at midday, the couple wearing black masks and clothes holding on to skyscraper's antenna about 1454 feet, 443 meters from the ground. See, they put metric in, not just American shit. From the ground while unfurling a banner that reads, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." Well, bitch, the world ain't ever known peace, so what the fuck do you know? This is America. This isn't about peace. This is about blowing up people you don't like. This is about shooting people who we disagree with in the streets. This is about going out of our way to make diss tracks about people who we raise and make better. Better. This country is about screwing your own children out of their money, like that one girl, what's her name, Charlie XCX or whatever, who's getting screwed out of Charlie D'Amelio or what are the D'Amelios. That girl got screwed out of her money, and I agree with Tim Dillon. Fuck them kids. Your child is 21 shaking ass on TikTok. You should take, or your child is 16 on shaking ass on TikTok. Take all their money. Take all their fucking money. Spend it on vacations and the such. Spend it on things that they can't even fucking register. Go buy land and silver and put it in random people's names. Go fucking buy crazy things. Go buy hookers. Go buy hookers. They can't even trace that. It's all cash. It's all fucking cash. And you're supporting American enterprise when you support an American hooker. I want y'all to think about this for 5 seconds, and I want this to be something that you all take home with you. I want this to be something that you go home and think about and really, really put into perspective. Every time you pay a hooker, you feed a child. You are putting food in someone's mouth, and you're not just putting meat in someone's mouth, you're putting food in someone's mouth. Think about that. Every $5 you spend on a hooker has to go towards cigarettes, towards food, towards gas if she's a mobile one. You never know. She may have to pay her pimp. She could be an escort and get a ride and other things. Think about this. And even if the money goes back to the pimp's usually got like 30 kids. Think about that. The money goes to the pimp that goes to the kids. The money that goes to the cigarettes goes to the gas station owner that goes to the kids. Think about it. Think about it. She goes to a mom and pop shop. She is contributing to the fucking family business dynamic of the USA. All because you paid a hooker. I want this to be clear. Support small businesses. Support small businesses that involves hookers. That involves hookers too. Where was I at? People stealing money from their children. Whatever. Shoot your family. Don't shoot your family. What is the point of this I'm making? Oh, when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. Well, I will have you know that according to Benjamin Netanyahu, the power of power is going to overpower the love of power and power of love. The power of Israel will overpower the power of love. Tell you what, you know why? Because them Gaza families love each other and they're still getting blown to smithereens. The power of power will overpower the little power. That is the power of power. If you didn't know the power that be. That was a powerful sentiment, I must say. I'm so sorry I came back into this. And I had like the intro bit and now I'm like, I'm back to the riffing and it's... I don't even know where so I keep getting sidetracked. It's this goddamn good American oil that I'm putting into my system. This lime-flavored oil. It's all about the oil, baby. Look at Venezuela. Look at Iran. Look at Iraq. Look at Cuba. Cuba Gooding Jr. He's dark as oil. He ain't oil. He's not actually dark as oil. That's a light skin. Good actor. I liked him in the Roanoke thing. I watched this movie when I was growing up with him. It was about him raising huskies in Alaska. Where am I going? Footage later showed one of them going down on one knee before embracing and kiss. I don't know, man. Sounds kind of gay to me. Sounds kind of gay to me, if you ask me. Sounds un-American. Getting down on one knee on the Eiffel Tower, on the Statue of Liberty, on the fucking Empire State Building. Getting down on one knee on the Empire State Building. Is that what Jay-Z was telling you in the Empire State of Mind? I thought it was get down on both knees like Alicia Keys and Rihanna. Come on now. I think if the world wanted to know peace and know love, you should give them a piece of that love and get on both knees. That's all I'm saying. It's just, when has one knee ever been enough? Think about it. You get on one knee in marriage and you spend the rest of your life, both of you, on your knees going down on one another. So why shouldn't you propose with both knees and really show the admiration and dedication that you are willing to give for this person and their genitals? Do you ever consider any of this? No, I don't think none of y'all do. Because you're not true Americans. If you were true Americans, this would be the thoughts that go through your head every day. If you were anything like me and Homelander here, your world would be thoughts of nothing but milk and honey. New York police responded to the incident as streets below were shut down. Police Commissioner Jessica Titch posted on social media body camera footage of the NYPD's Emergency Survive Unit responding at about 12:51 p.m. to the climbers. In the footage, one of the responders was heard telling the climbers, "You can't be up. You can't park there, sir." In the footage, one of the responders was heard telling the climbers, "You can't park there, sir," before apprehending them. Whoa, I held that one in. That was painful. Excuse me. The couple also posted the photos of their climbing exploit on social media, including a snapshot of a ring and what appears to be the Nikolaos hand. You know what would be fucking hilarious? And I'm not saying this would be funny, but I'm saying this would be funny. And I want this to be clear. I think this would be hilarious. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be vindictive. We know that I never do that here. StormWatch is all about positivity and love and spreading joy and never saying anything negative about anyone and going out of our way to try and be considerate. This is a podcast where we save space for people. Do you know what I mean? This is a safe space. This podcast is a safe space for you, the people at home, as Americans. Do you understand what I mean? I've never gone out of my way to belittle, attack, or anything, any of these people. I'm just saying this might be funny. If this coincidentally occurred, it might be funny. So hear me out. Hear me out. Let's pretend that Mr. Hot Dog. Let's pretend. Okay, hold on. I gotta get back to the names. Let's pretend that Mr. Hot Dog is Ivan. Let's pretend that Mrs. Rocket, Mrs. Red Boot Rocket, who has the same matching boots as Homelander, that's not the reason I stacked her on him. It's part of the reason I stacked her on him. I thought it was great. And that Miss Rocket here, Miss Red Rocket, come on, Red Rocket. Horrible. And Miss Red Rocket is Angelina. Okay? I like this. This makes me feel like I am in Spaceballs. Do you know what I mean? Oh, your helmet's so big. We saw Spaceballs in theaters the other day. It was so great. I grew up watching that movie, but to see it in theaters was so phenomenal. I could still go in and watch that movie every day and laugh. That's not the point, though. Now let's pretend that Mr. Hot Dog and Angelina are the... Mr. Hot Dog is Ivan and Mrs. Red Rocket is Angelina. Fuck you. Okay? They're up here. They climb up to the top. He's right here. She's right here. She's resting. He gets on one knee. Says, "You are more beautiful than any bottle of vodka I've ever seen in my life. This country has made me rethink things. I want to become American citizen with you. I want to stay here, and I want to grow old together while we raise American potatoes and make vodka here in this country." You're telling me you want to stop climbing things randomly and go on an actual stable life? Duh. Because she made a social media post, so she's looking at the camera. That's what this is. Duh. Hold on. And then they hug for a second, but he trips and he goes, ah! Ivan! I'm not saying that would be funny. I'm saying it would probably be funny. I'm saying it would probably be very funny. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm saying that would be that would. She fell next. Do you see that? She's ready to commit suicide after his death. He hasn't even been dead a solid 30 seconds and she's already willing to kill herself in the meantime. That's true dedication right there. That is Dark Shadow's level of dedication. Even though he was having an affair, but I mean, it was just a mistress. It's whatever. It's a poor mistress. They don't even count when they're poor. That's like, if you have a mistress and she's poor, that's a fleshlight. That's a glorified fleshlight. I'm so sorry. That's what Dark Shadows and The Sopranos has shown me. If you're going to have a side piece that's of value, let it have some money. That's good advice too. What happened to the hot dog? Is he just in front of the desk? Just like his body would be if he fell off the Eiffel Tower. Just splattered. Stain the sidewalk. Like in 9/11 when they stained the sidewalk with 3,000 people. And some jet fuel. Jesus Christ, where the fuck was I actually at? A spokesperson for the Empire State Building told the media that there was at no time any danger to the tenants, visitors, the Empire State Building observation deck guests. The building's social media account also happened to lean into the incident, posting that it offered a practical way for the most memorable marriage proposals. Well, you know what? Blame the people at the Empire State Building then. I think you should sue them, Mondami, but you're probably not going to because you don't even give a shit about how the entire city's running. You just want everybody to get along and be happy to get... Unclear how the two got there. How Nikolai and Kuznetsov managed to reach the Empire State Building's antenna is still under investigation, but they climbed to the top of the other buildings before. You know, I'm noticing a theme. There have been a lot of things that have happened in the last 2 years, year, where somebody is just randomly on a roof and nobody seems to fucking notice. Charlie Kirk's death. Hey, you know, this is just a random fucking thing. Charlie Kirk's death, JFK's death. I'm not comparing the two, but what I'm saying is I'm comparing the two. Because Charlie Kirk and JFK were basically the same person. They were basically the same person. Just like Bibi Netanyahu is basically the same as Jesus. Historically speaking, there is no reason you can't tell me that Jesus Christ wouldn't look like Ben Shapiro or Benjamin Netanyahu. There is no historical evidence that you or anyone has given me yet that would let me know that Jesus does not look like Benjamin Netanyahu or Ben Shapiro. I'm just saying, when we're considering how our Christ figure looks, we want someone tall like Charlie, but we want someone firm and just like Bibi. Or with strong features like Ben. You know what I mean? Good, strong Jewish features of a man from the Middle East. I think that may have been what Jesus looked like. Was like Charlie Kirk height, Benjamin Netanyahu firmness and strength, and then Ben Shapiro features. I think that is lore accurate Jesus. I know a lot of you at home are having conflicting issues and internal debates about this, but historically speaking, I need you to think about hear me out. Okay, think about this. What color were the Jews? I'm not. I know this is a hotly debated topic. Because everyone's like, hey, we're from Africa, they must be black. Well, then explain to me, Bibi. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed. But what I'm saying is what if Bibi is the reincarnation? What if he is the second coming trying to bring Jerusalem back to its good glory? What if he is trying to fulfill the truth and prophecy of Moses? I need okay. Here. I need you guys to stop because I know some of you are having conniptions at home. What if Moses looked like Benjamin Netanyahu? I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying there's a chance. And that's good enough for me to say that he does look like him. So in my head, Jesus is basically Charlie Kirk. Moses is Benjamin Netanyahu. And Abraham is probably Ben Shapiro, if we're being realistic here. If we're being lore accurate to what the Bible and the Torah and all these things, to what they give us. There is a level of hell I'm going to for saying all this that I'm dragging all of you down with me just for hearing it. And I'm sorry, it's just so good. How could I not make this joke? How could I not make these jokes? This is going in one of my next stand-up specials. By the way, all of you expect some stand-up videos coming soon. Big things in the work at StormWatch. Big things. Big things, beautiful things, and I'm not just talking the beautiful Brevard Wall. We are working on that. I got to talk with Tim Curtis about it. Bitches! How Nikolai and Kuznetsov managed to reach the Empire State Buildings at... Oh, wait, hold on. But they have climbed tops other buildings before. The 2024 documentary featured the climbing likes of... Excuse me. 1,955 feet, or for those of you non-American pieces of shit, 569 meters. I don't know why you need anything other than feet. What is it? It's a foot. Because not everyone's into that. No, hold on. Yeah, I understand, but the measurements go foot, meter, and then tarantometer, right? It's a tarantometer. It's a tarantinometer. That's how it goes. It goes from foot to tarantometer. No, that's not that's so the measurement is okay. Here, hold on. I need this to be clear. The measurement is not Uma Thurman's foot to tarantometer. That's not the American measurements. Jesus Christ, man! I've been measuring everything off of Uma Thurman's feet since I was 5 years old. By the way, I just discovered I have a foot fetish this year. There is some things I've learned about myself and about this world that are just all interesting. It's very American, by the way. I mean, I know Tarantino's living in Tel Aviv with his Jew wife, and this is why he's never going to give us a 10th film, because he's so caught up in everything. He's retired. I'm okay if he only gives us 9, but he is one of my favorite directors ever. He is in my top 3 favorite directors ever. You can hate him, you can hate what he does, what he says, all these other things, but I adore his films. I absolutely, without question, love his films. Like, he's up there. He's not Kubrick level, but he's in my top 3 with Kubrick. It would probably be like Kubrick, David Lynch, and then Tarantino, and then Nolan and Scorsese. Scorsese, if he had better action scenes, would probably... I'm going to be 100% realistic. If he just had better action scenes, he would top Nolan for me, even though Nolan has these crazy tech advances for all his films and all these things. He's trying to be a modern Kubrick, and I got respect for that shit. Maybe not trying to be one, but the way he tries to advance his films every time is beyond commendable. He creates art, and that is the truth of that. Where's that? The 2024 documentary. I'm so sorry, guys. I had a few of these beautiful American oils, and, you know, when you keep the oil burning, sometimes you burn brain cells, too. Isn't that the old saying, keep the oil burning? That's something about keeping the machines running. Basically, don't let the hearth die. Keep the fight on. Keep working. Keep moving on. All these other things. But, you know, when you let the oil burn in your brain, you just get... There will be blood. That was a great joke for those of you who don't get that. That was a masterful one. That was beautiful. Beautiful as Ben Shapiro's sister. Okay. We're gonna get through this. I promise you. We're gonna get. This is an extra long. This is the 250th American anniversary special. You can tell the energy is a little bit different, but I'm bringing it back, biatch. It is. Sometimes I give away indicators as to when we record. It is 10:21 p.m. at night, and I'm doing this. By the way, I didn't do the other one at 10:20, like, and all these other things, but like. I just want to be clear as to, like, what is occurring in all of this. The 2024 documentary featured them climbing the likes of 1,955 feet, aka Tarantometers, 596 meters for those of you Europeites. Golden Finance 117 and Tianjin, China, Malaysia's 2,227 Tarantometers, 679 meters. Merdeka 118. What are these words? Excuse me. It's no longer feet. They're Tarantometers. I am reclaiming this in the name of me. It's no longer feet. They're Tarantometers. Feet are the things that we love. Feet are the things that we get done every once in a while and pay to get done on our woman, so that way you can love her feet in ways that you normally wouldn't do if they weren't done. When I laugh wheeze like that, I feel like the old guy from Mary Poppins who died laughing, who literally just floated into the air and died laughing. The documentary showed how they bypassed building security before scaling the buildings. The top of the Empire State Building is a transmission tower sending radio and television signals to broadcast stations. John Cleary, a former chief broadcast engineer for the CBS New York, told the network in an interview about the potential exposure to high levels of radio frequencies, radiation, and electrical energy. There's a lot of danger out there. You have a microwave in your house. Radio frequencies? Radio frequency? Don't you have a fucking radio in your truck? Don't you have a radio in your truck? Most of your fucking phones and all this stuff has access to radio. If you buy an alarm clock from 2005, it's still got radio access. This guy is retarded. CBS News reported, citing unnamed law enforcement sources, that based on preliminary information, the two climbed the spire after going through a hatch on the 103rd floor, which was not open to the public. The floor is used for water tower maintenance. The couple, who reside in East Orange, New Jersey. Oh, so you know what? He did want to commit to the American life before he fell off the Empire State Building. Oh, that's good. That's good. I live in New Jersey, though. That's kind of a shithole. The lady who does my manzillions used to live in New... Oh, wait, no, she does my brows. Fucking... Yeah, Trish was from New Jersey. The woman who does my eyebrows. And you know what? Alright, another one. Since you guys couldn't get enough of it before... Here, hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. You get to see an advertisement firsthand. All right, here, hold up. If you're looking for the finest foreskin this 4th of July, find yourself at the Smooth Pineapple this summer. Go ahead and get yourself waxed from head to toe. Everything there, they'll have you ready to go, baby. How was that? That was good? Here, hold on. Let's do one more. Here, hold up. Excuse me. Wow. On this side of the... Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. If you're looking for the finest foreskin this state can feature, find yourself at the Smooth Pineapple this summer. They'll have you waxed and ready to go from head to toe, baby girl. Everything there is gonna be smooth and silky. Smooth and silky and filled with beautiful American pride. The one thing that we love, smoothness in America. That was good? You like that one? You good? That was good? Cool. The couple who reside in East New Jersey were hit with several charges following the stunt, including burglary, reckless endangerment, criminal mischief, possession of burglars' tools, criminal tampering, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, said a spokesperson for NYPD. All I gotta say, they're gonna get away with it. They're gonna get no charges. They're gonna get no charges. They're gonna get no charges. You know, they're just gonna get nothing. Fuck them. They're already fucking released. As we're doing this, they just released them earlier today. This is crazy. This is crazy. Why did I skip on do this again? Wow. You know what? He looks Russian. He looks very Russian. I'll tell you that. He looks Russian. She looks Russian too, but she looks prettier. He does not look as pretty. I want to be clear. He does not look as pretty. And now this isn't in a Seattle Pride way, but he's just not as pretty. You know what? Speaking of Seattle Pride Parade pandemonium as nude marchers prance through the streets in front of children. I love Fox News. I love Fox News. You know why? Because they give you the truth. The one thing about Fox News that they do is they give you an unbiased, unmitigated truth that nobody else in the news networks are willing to go out of their way to even perpetrate. I want this to be clear. I think that Fox News is the most honest, is one of the most honest and upright news networks and just companies that you could really spend your time looking into. They're worth watching every second. Do you know what I mean? Just everything from them. I grew up thinking everyone told the truth. Do you know what I mean? I was like you. I was like you are right now. You think that I'm telling you the truth, and to a large degree I am. There is a lot of this that is truth, but there's some of this that isn't truth, like well, I guess not. I'm giving you the fucking truth, the American way. That's what it is. That's why I can't even think of anything I'm lying about, because right now there's actual beer in my coffee mug. This is an actual fucking flag that lights up and shit. That's kind of nice. Look at that. That's kind of nice. It's got 3 settings. You see that? You don't get that in any other country. You don't get this type of beauty and American pride in other countries. The fuck? Where was this made? Please tell me this is out of the beauty of America. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I feel like Nelly Furtado. Isn't that what it is? It's the give it to me. Give it to me. Is there even a made in something stamp on here? Do I gotta crack it open? You know what? We'll crack open the flag at the end of this so we can find out if this is American pride or not. You know what? That's another reference to this. My fucking These Colors Don't Run shirt from the other week. These colors don't run. Do you know why? Because they were made in China. Weren't even fucking American. You weren't even using American fucking Enterprise and American steel during the UFC 250 event. I'm sorry. Certain things do bother me. I am a very nationally proud man. I know that national pride is stupid. You can make fun of it. And you're very right to. You should make fun of me for being so proud nationally. Absolutely. But I think that my thing is I grew up being told I should hate this place. I grew up with very liberal parents who told me, and I love them. They're retarded though. And my father basically told me that I should hate everything surrounding me, and I should hate the country because they killed my people, and I'm just a native man in this world, and all these other things. And yes, these are good points, and I do hold them to heart still. They did kill a lot, like, as a native Irish, Jewish, Italian man, I mean, even as part English guy, every ancestor that I have has suffered, specifically at the hand, though, of the English and the Spanish and stuff like that. It's just, there are reasons to be angry. You should hate the corruption. You should hate the bigotry. You should. There are actual racists you should hate. There are actual bigots who and sexists and stuff like that you should hate. I'm not going to say homophobes and transphobes and xenophobes because I think a lot more people understand what they hate than what you give them credit for. I think that always just saying hate comes from ignorance is just reducing someone to the ideology of a child in your head. And if you're going to do that to begin with, where was I going? Where did I? There are real bigots, there are real issues to have in this world. And again, can you bring me to the start of this? No? I went full circle. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guests at home. I'm going to end up listening to this episode later and I'll be like, oh, by the way, there was a fucking point I had to make about America. What was the last thing I just said? Don't drink. Don't do drugs. Don't smoke weed. Don't. You know what? Fuck that. This is America. Drink more. Smoke more. Drink and drive. Be like fucking the Titusville police chief. You should be like the Titusville police chief. Go and get a fifth of vodka. Get yourself a steel cup. Go driving down US 1. Take a couple back roads turns and turn yourself into a fucking pit car driver. Don't blame me for it, but this is America. I was saying something about how there's actual bigots and all this stuff in the world. Oh yeah, that's my whole. I just make jokes. That's it. I guess that's what I was coming around. It probably is, and I had a whole other thing, I think. But when you bullshitted for 2 hours, it's hard to fucking remember all your points. Seattle Pride Parade, faggots, goddamn queers. Seattle Pride Parade pandemonium. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Fox News. That's the thing. Truth, honesty, all this other stuff. The only thing that I lie about really is about my bigotries. I do make a lot of jokes towards... I am an offensive person. I'm not even going to pretend otherwise. I will say everything I've said on here, I would repeat in public, but I would be in conversation. I've never gone out of my way to just go and call someone a faggot, a nigger, a kike, a queer, a limey, a heeb, a sand nigger, a fucking red nigger, a savage, a fucking, a Mick, potato eating, greasy, dago, bitch. I don't go out of my way to do that stuff. I know it seems like it because when I'm on here, I do go for offensiveness. I go for the edgier style of humor because that's the stuff that I've loved. That is just what it is. And I think that's the thing, is that's the only facade that you get here. There is reality and truth. And this all started with me commenting on how honest and truthful and beautiful Fox News is. Because Fox News, hold on. New advertisement. Code. I want this to be a good one. I want this to be Fox News, where truth finds you first. Seattle Pride Parade pandemonium as nude marchers prance through the streets in front of children. I do want to be clear. This is why to the gay community, this is why America is not liking you anymore. I want to be clear. It's not because all of you are like this. I love my uncle. I love my cousin. I think that all of my girlfriend's friends are fucking great guys and whatever. You are starting to lose, not you guys who I just mentioned, but you, the gay community, are losing a lot of ground because you have to shove your sexuality in people's faces. Not all of you, but enough of you to where it's a problem, and the rest of you condone it. This is my thing. It's not about all black people are thugs. It's not about all fucking gay people are out to molest your child. It's not about all whatever group you hate is out to harm you in whatever way that not every Mexican is out to rape you. Not every Haitian is out to eat your cat and dog. But sometimes here in America, when we're allotted a lot of space and a lot of freedom, there are some people who take advantage of it. And this is one of those moments where it's like, well, do you need to show your cock to a 3-year-old? Do you need to? Not saying anyone did, but they did. Nude participants and spectators of the parade were subject to online fury after being seen naked in front of... Nude participants and spectators of the parade were subject to online fury after being seen naked in front of kids. And this is the thing, is if you identify as something else, if you're a man who identifies as a woman and you go out topless, shouldn't you be subject to the same laws and scrutiny as a woman going topless? But this isn't one of those places where they just want women topless and all these other things. They approved this. This is Seattle. This is not a hub of tradition. It's not. This is one of those ultra progressive cities, if I have to do say so. Seattle's LGBT Pride Parade on Sunday descended into bedlam as attendees stripped off their clothes and marched the streets naked while children looked on. There are multiple videos I've seen where there's like people who host drag things and allow their children in front of it, or like that bitch Dakota I mentioned before. You know, you want to come at me, all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. I'll fucking put a photo of your mom on here, bitch. Try me. You can't be hosting drag contests and these types of parades. You can't base a personality trait of yours around your sexuality and expect it to be okay for kids, because sexuality is not okay for kids. Pushing sexuality onto kids is not okay. That's pedophilic. That's the nature of what this country is turning towards. That's why everyone doesn't seem to be noticing the trend we're going down. One video filmed by Chloe Cole, a detransitioner activist, posted by Frontline's Turning Point. TPUSA is involved in this. Hell yeah, I know this is gonna be good. One video filmed by Chloe Cole, a detransitioner activist, posted by Frontline's TPUSA show people from a group called Friends of Denny Blaine marching in the nude. Some onlookers clapped and cheered while the video panned to young children watching the spectacle. You know, maybe these kids do want to learn early. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the thing I'm not noticing is the maturity rate. Think about it. Isn't 6 the new 60? That's what they're showing us here in Seattle. 13 going on 30? No. 13 going on 300. 3 going on 30. One video filmed by Chloe Cole, what the fuck? Another video shows naked people prancing around outdoor fountain near children who are playing in the water. Well, that's just a normal photo. That's a lot of clothed people. See, this is what I mean about Fox. Absolute truth, you know. Telling us that there's nudity and then showing us fully clothed people in the imagery. Honesty. Drag queen invited to Baltimore. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. The Friends of Denny Blaine website says it's dedicated to protecting Denny Blaine Park, which is known as a historic nude and queer character. For its historic nude and queer character. Parks are gay? Gentlemen, is it gay to like parks? Think about it. There's a lot of wood everywhere. You like going to a place and being surrounded by big wood? Kind of gay. Kind of gay, if I do say so myself. Maybe they have a point. Maybe you're just a fag. Maybe you didn't know you were a fag. But they did. Currently, the park is facing a lawsuit from concerned citizens over its graphic nature, according to the website. So, what I'm hearing is you're a bunch of softies who have no capability of going out of your way to look at somebody who is portraying a beautiful naked human body and appreciate it. So your 6-year-old saw a 6-inch cock. What does that matter? What actually does that matter to you? You live in this city. You attended this parade. They could have been butt fucking in public. What does it matter to you? You went and supported it. This is where your money went. Should they just go in nature and be like the rest of the wild beasts and butt fuck in the woods? Should they be bohemian groving each other's buttholes? Is this what you wish for the gay community of Seattle? I think not. That is not the America we know. We love gay people. We love them. Look at Christy Noam's husband, Byron. We love him. We love him. Who else's husband turned out to be gay? There was a lot of them. Look at the Republican senators. I mean, it's just, look at the Democrat senators. They're just open about it. Even if they're not gay, they're getting pegged. Hard. Where was I at? Nude. Oh. What does an equal signs with a dash through it mean? Does not equal? I'm retarded. What are you gonna do? I measure in American. I measure in terantometers. Where was I at? Oh yeah. Turning Point USA. Nude does not equal lewd. Free to be naked. Nude is nourishing. Read signs held by marchers in the parade. Okay. So, I agree. Be nude. Go to the beach. Go to the beach. Get a big fence. Why do you need to be nude in front of children? I understand it to a degree. Because you just like being naked. But there's kids there. Must they see a stud with a strap on? I say stud, I'm being nice. Must they see a dyke with a strap on? Is this? You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Break out the suitcases with the measurements of dildos and cock rings and ass gapers and give the children a lesson. Don't use it on them, but like, you start here, you use this to go here, you use this to go here. Give them a lesson. Don't just be naked in front of them. What's wrong with you? Pervs? Yet another lewd video shows naked men cycling in the parade, again to the applause and appreciation of the crowd, though some spectators can be seen shielding the eyes of children from the nude bodies. Yeah, I'd imagine so. You know? Kind of ugly. I just gotta say, like, have you ever seen big city gays? They're pretty ugly. I'm not saying, like, country gays are prettier, but, like, there's a middle ground somewhere in there. Let me tell you what, I'd be hiding my children's eyes from these faggots, too. It's for a different reason. It's because I don't approve of them. But the Frontline TPUSA video showing people parading nude around the Seattle Center International Fountain after the Gay Pride event includes scenes of children splashing in the water that sprays from the fountain, just feet, several naked men, and one naked woman. Yeah, they're inclusive. You gotta give them that. They had one woman there. One naked woman. That's inclusive. It comes as Pride Month, which celebrates the LGBTQ, the LGBTQ. That's what I like to call them. The LGBTQ plus, which celebrates the LGBTQ. It makes it sound fancier and not as gross and Sodom and Gomorrah-y. I'm so sorry. Which celebrates the LGBTQ plus community every June, comes to a close. In 1999, then President Bill Clinton officially declared June as Gay and Lesbian Pride Month, and in the years after gay marriage was codified in 2015, the parades and celebration have become increasingly crass, often with scenes of nude and nearly nude people parading in public. Well, yes, this is what happens when you make sexuality your personality. That's the thing is, and this is a note for all you at home. Sexuality is not personality. Enjoy your life. Go fuck whoever you want in peace. Nobody cares but you. And if they care, why are you telling people who you're fucking? Perv. That's coming from me. I just told you about my foot fetish and I'm telling time and place. I'm not like sucking toes in front of you. I'm telling you, I like to see a nice set of polished feet. I'm not going around with like rubber feet and stroking my dick in public. There's a difference. I do that in privacy. Thanks, Bill Clinton. You know why he did that? Because he wore the dress. You know why he did that? Because he wore the dress. The 3 videos of naked demonstrators caused online fury from viewers shocked by the indecent display. I would be shocked by the indecent display too. A lot of fat fucks. A lot of fat bitches. A lot of ugly bitches. They all look the same. Do you notice a lot of gay people look inbred? I'm not saying that they are, but I'm saying that they just look inbred. How is this not indecent exposure? What the fuck, said one ex-user. You know why it's not indecent exposure? Because this is America. This is freedom. What do you mean? This is freedom. I would rather see 10 dudes sucking cock in the middle of fucking Orlando than watch Ruskies propose to each other on the Empire State Building. I would rather see 10 faggots I'd rather see 10 lesbians scissoring in the middle of Orlando than to ever watch a straight Russian couple do anything here in this U.S. That's why. That's why it's not indecent exposure. You bigot. Why the fuck would you take your children to see and celebrate the vile, filthy celebration of pervasion of degeneracy? Asked another. Man, Fox News coming in with the real good questions. A third said those parents are stupid both for bringing children to Pride Parade. I agree. And for keeping them there when a bunch of naked pervs expose themselves. I also agree. Pride parades are infamous for crap like this. Also true. You know, the thing is they have to do it during summer because when is anyone else going to attend these parades? If you held that shit during school, how many 16-year-olds would go and actually attend this and get molested? Think about it. I just need to think about all the minors who got molested. I'm not saying that they did, but visually, so a lot did. A lot did. These kids could have been in school. These kids could have been in the farms. These kids could have been in the coal mines. These kids could have been doing anything else. Instead, they got to see someone's hanging membrane. Well, several someone's hanging membranes. And they weren't even good. They're not showing that here on Fox News. They don't believe in that. Seattle's municipal code mentions nothing about public nudity, and the Seattle Police Department has reiterated multiple times that being nude in Seattle is not a crime in itself. Bro, Seattle's a nudist community as a whole? I might have a house there now. I like that. You know what? Not for the gay people, but because I just like being naked. I do. If I could go to Miami and walk around naked around all the I don't even care if I got a 3-inch dick. I am going there and showing everyone. I call it the 3-inch worm. But it's more like a block of cheese, you know what I mean? It's like that, but like that. It's just a shut up. It's a cheese wheel. And sometimes it's not about like flicking it. It's about you just jam it. You know what I mean? You fucking whack with it. It's a cheese wheel. It doesn't smell like cheese, but it is a cheese wheel. You know what I mean? Instead, the city is governed by Washington's indecent exposure law. A person is guilty of indecent exposure if he or she intentionally makes any open or obscene exposure of his or her person or the person of another, knowing that such conduct is likely to cause reasonable affront or alarm. So doing this in front of kids is not causing reasonable affront or alarm? If I walk down the road in my Speedo that I wear to the beach regularly, I will likely get a charge of indecent exposure. If I walk around a preschool with my cock out in Seattle, though, I will be set. Why did Jeff have a house down here? What? Why didn't he just go up to Forks, Washington and become a vampire? He was a vampire. Why didn't he just move up to Forks, Washington? 3,000 people? You can visit Seattle? Plenty of hot young... Plenty of options! Jesus Christ, man. This story is getting harder and harder. Are we done? Are we almost done? Okay, good. A subsection of the law says indecent exposure is a misdemeanor on the first offense if a person exposes himself or herself to a person under the age of 14 years. I read about a teacher molesting a 17-year-old, and all of a sudden, there are fucking people showing their actual naked bodies to little kids, and that's... All I gotta say is, Palm Bay pee-pee toucher, you should have moved to Seattle. You still got a chance to, and honestly, it clearly doesn't matter if you're a registered sex offender. They'll just take you. They'll take you. It is a felony for convicted sex offenders to commit the crime of indecent Oh. Well, there you go. I guess I just spoke too soon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, my thing is, though, I just don't understand how people like those Russians or these faggots are allowed to even be American citizens. That's my thing is, how are these gay people and these Russians allowed to be U.S. citizens? Supreme Court upholds birthright citizenship. That's why. Do you know why? Because they did the most un-American thing ever and said that people born in America are Americans. How is that even American? How is it even American to be born in America? What does that even mean? Born in America. What? Fuck out of here with this. You know what? Donnie, you were right. Fuck the birthright citizenship. I think that we should all have to struggle to actually be claimed by any country that we ever have been in. The court also ruled states can ban transgender athletes from playing on girls' sports teams. Yes, that is one thing I 100% agree with, because I'm telling you right now, if I, in high school, went during cross country, even running in the 18s, and competed against the females, I'd be in the top 10 runners of the state. If I went and wrestled in the female league in high school, if I went and wrestled, ran any of this shit with a woman of my similar frame, I would kill them. Not saying you should beat women or kill them, but I'm saying in a sporting measure, yes, kill them. And this is what would occur. I'm telling you right now, this is what would occur. You should not allow transgender athletes to play in sports, because I think that and if you're going to do it female to male, sure, go ahead and try. Do your best. Male to female, is there no actual inherent benefit to allowing this to occur? Okay, no, hold on. Seeing a bunch of women get pissed off because some woman with a cock is beating them in a swim race, now that's fun. I can get behind that. Takeaways from today's final day of opinions. Birthright citizenship upheld. In a big loss for President Donald Trump, the Supreme Court upheld birthright citizenship, striking down his executive order. Chief Justice John Roberts, calling citizenship the right to have rights, wrote for court that the framers of the 14th Amendment extended the promise to every freeborn person in this land. We keep that promise today. I agree. This is one of those, I'm being serious. You're born here, you're a citizen. Do I think we should allow everyone in here just so they can have kids here and claim citizenship? No, not in the slightest. We need borders. You need to lock up those borders. Not lock them up completely, but man, you shouldn't be allowing millions and millions of people to dump across your border, because things are going to go crazy real fucking quick. Real quick. Ruling on trans sports. The Supreme Court is letting states ban transgender athletes from playing on girls' sports teams. The ruling was a major defeat for the LGBTQ movement, and it came a year after the justices allowed the state to ban transgender care for minors, such as puberty blockers and hormone therapy. Yeah, you shouldn't be giving your 14-year-old hormone blockers. They're going through puberty at the... What? That's a common sense thing. I'm not even going to sit there and argue with the imaginary people I'm telling you I'm arguing with. I don't even bicker with you people in the comments. If you think I would bicker with any of you in real life or over this, you're smoking cock like these fucking people in Seattle were. In front of the kids. No less. Ow! Excuse me. Holy shit, man. Would you grab me another, please? Let me just go around this side. Thank you. Campaign finance. The court also lifted a Watergate-era cap on how much money political parties may spend in coordination with candidates. Ha! Of course they fucking did. Of course they did. You know why? Because in this next election and campaign run, they're going to have to spend millions of dollars on every incumbent. Do you know why? Because now it has to be entertaining. Donnie and Hilly, and then Donnie and Joe made it so entertaining that when JD Vance stops getting out of gets out of Erica's gets out of Erica's TPUS pussy, T pussy A, the second he gets out of there, he's going to be running. There's going to be a lot of people running. Apparently AOC is going to be running eventually, and I called that a while ago. Shout out to my buddy Tam. I called that one a while ago. I even said that they would be running, but they were just political commentators at the time, and so there was no real claims for it other than I just feel like celebrityism was going to take over no matter what. It just had to be. Sorry, I could hear the birdie from across the hall telling me I need to crack open another cold one in honor of America. In honor of everything I'm having to read, because this is crazy. This is insane. You know what? I'll say this. I'm glad it's birthright citizenship, and we're not just granting everybody citizenship. And we're not just actually, and you know what? Not only are we not just granting everybody citizenship, but we're not taking any shit from any other countries. Because fuck you, France. Fuck France. Fuck France. Fuck the frogs. Fuck you non-AC having bitches. This is why you keep dropping by the hundreds. And you know what? Fuck you. Fuck your stank cheese. Fuck your hairy armpits. Fuck your shitty wine. Fuck your goddamn snobby ass culture. Fuck everything that you got to offer me except... No, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't care if Benjamin Franklin was a Francophile and liked you and he was an American hero and an American founding father. Fuck you! Goddamn French bastards. Blaming U.S. air conditioning for French weather. This is what I mean. Do you see what I mean? Everybody just hates us for nothing. Everybody continues to shit on us when all we've done is be good to people. Excuse me. Think about it. Think of everything we've done that's good for the world. We've helped Israel. We helped Israel. We helped Israel. I mean, that's great for the world. That is Jerusalem is the world, really. Think about it. Every good Christian American has to make the trip to the wall. Is Tel Aviv, is Israel not the world? Is the state of the people of Ibrahim not just the world? Where was I at? God damn it, yeah, that's where I was at. The stupid fucking French are blaming us for their goddamn dying citizens. You know what? Listen here, France. Just because your frogs are dropping left, right, and center doesn't mean you can blame us for the shittiness of your swamp. Fuck you, France. This is America. The Paris deputy mayor thinks she's found the culprit for a heat wave. France has been broiling in record heat wave, yet Paris Mayor Emmanuel Gregoire declared last... Emmanuel Gregoire. Everything out of their fucking language is... Croissant? Escargot? Baguette? You know what? I will do this in a shitty French accent. France has been broiling a record heat wave, yet Paris Mayor Emmanuel Gregoire declared last week that individual air conditioner is a scourge. In other words, you at home who keeps your air conditioning to a 73? 73? You're screwing France. You're screwing France. You want to be cold? You kill French. You kill the French people. You want comfort? You kill the French. Your comfort kills the French. How do you feel, Americans? How do Americans feel knowing that you are the scourge of the earth? See what doing the French accent does? This is why you should only speak American. And public authorities must act quickly to prevent a rush to install home S units. Such attitudes have been ridiculed in the U.S. press, and prickly French politicians are now upset. We noticed. You know what we noticed? We noticed the smell. That's what we noticed. Do you know what we noticed here in America? Hey France, do you know what we noticed? We noticed the smell. We noticed an odor. It wasn't just the stank cheese. It wasn't just the the fucking hairy armpits and cologne baths. It wasn't just the frog swamp that you have everywhere, France. You know what we noticed? It's the odor of your stank fucking attitudes. How dare you not appreciate America? Fuck you, France. Fuck you. OMG, this is so rich. Perry Deputy Mayor Audrey Pulvar wrote online late last week responding to American criticism. The second largest emitter of greenhouse gases in the world, you bear a significant responsibility for global warming and the consequences we in France are experiencing. Your city is 90% air conditioned and are not unrelated to this. What a bunch of whatever. I'm not even gonna keep reading this. What does this frog bitch know? What do any of them know? That's the funny. There's two big heat waves going on right now, and they're all over the globe. You know what's causing a lot of this? AI data centers being dropped everywhere, massive oil refineries being dumped down in the same time frame because they didn't slow anything down. So it's oil refineries, AI data centers. Everyone's moving around the globe. We're in a huge transitionary immigration movement globally. Global immigration is think about how much travel is occurring right now. There are heat waves occurring because also France, by the way, you have open borders. You've let a bunch of fucking people into your country over the last few years, and you're blaming us for your heat waves. By the way, the US isn't even in the top 10 highest global greenhouse gas emitters. Top 10 global greenhouse gas emitters. We are not even in the top 10. Not even in the top 10. You know what's funny? You're going to get 5 different things, and I'm going to try and pull one up real quick just so I can make my point before I go. Your actor chart chose 10 places. The fuck? God damn it. It's giving me full articles and and all this shit. I did not prepare for this. Global emissions, quarantine, other greenhouse gases. Okay, aerosols, other greenhouse gases, farming, CO2 emissions by country. Okay. Here, hold on. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, okay. Maybe I was a little bit wrong. There's one thing I, as an American man, can admit because I am amazing and American. It's when I'm wrong. And I'll say this. We aren't even half of China's global output. And I think it was a couple years ago we measured and we weren't in the top 10. And I think that's what I was thinking about. Because I know for a fact that we haven't always been up there. There are a lot of countries like Iraq, India, China, Russia, places that do have a lot of bad shit. So the top 10 go China, US, India, Russia, Japan, Iran, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Germany. Germany might be a little bit surprising to some of y'all, but it's these industrial hubs. That's the thing, is it's industrial hubs. Where does France fall? France is 25th, which means out of like 200 countries, here, where are we at? 207 countries, they are 25th. Not exactly out of the woods yourself there, France. I do just want to be clear. I just think it's a little bit fucking crazy. A little bit fucking crazy that you just blame us for all your problems, though. Absolutely insane. Next thing you know, you're going to be over here blaming us for what's happening in Mexico or in Venezuela. You're going to be sitting here and blaming us for the 160 because of the earthquakes in fucking Venezuela. Next thing you know, people are going to be blaming us for Venezuela and what happened there. Next thing you know, people are going to be blaming us for what's happening in Iran. That had nothing to do with us. Nothing. Nada. This stuff was bound to happen whether we were involved or not. That's just the truth of it. You know what it is? I think people can't stand how amazing Americans are. And that's the point of this episode. This is my Team America, my first Team America, Team USA episode. And I hope you're all enjoying Really, thus far, because I have to tell you one thing. America! Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorist, your game is through. Now you have to answer to America! Fuck yeah! Goddamn right. Everywhere we go on this globe, we make things better. Everywhere we go in this globe, we make everything better. Look at Mexico. I understand that their government may be in shambles and the female president, just like in Venezuela, when we killed out one of their leaders, they got a female interim. They don't know what they're doing, but it's okay. That's okay if the country's in shambles. Mexico is already in shambles. Mexico is already in shambles. But funny enough, most of your tires come from Mexico. All of you should look into that, by the way. Look at your tires. Hecho en Mexico. It's a little bit of a good note for those of you at home because we're screwing up countries that matter to us. But no, we're not. We're America. We're amazing. We make it better. Like in Venezuela, when we took out that goddamn bastard Maduro. Fuck it, we took out El Mencho in Mexico and El Mexico. And it was worth it every fucking second. We took out Maduro. Worth every second. We forgot about that, by the way. This happened 5 months ago. Nobody cares. We kidnapped a world leader who is on trial. They're withholding his funds. No one cares. No one cares. Excuse me. And you know what? In honor of Team America, I present to you the 250th anniversary trophy. This is the American trophy that we deserve. This represents all our hardships. This represents everything we've done for every other country in the world. Really, this represents how amazing how amazing we are. And I think the fact that I gave myself this award is American too. If we're not supposed to give ourselves awards and pat ourselves on the back, what is the American way? What is the American way? I mean, think about it. Think of all the American things we've done. Everything. Just like I said, Mexico, Venezuela, Iran, Greenland, Iceland, so much more. And he's talking about how we need a denuclearization deal with Russia and China. We are America. Everywhere we go, everything we touch turns to gold. But it's more like that gold that you wrap, that gold foil you wrap around chocolate, but we wrap it around shit. Everything we touch turns to gold wrapped shit. Everything we touch turns to gold wrapped shit. And it's fucking beautiful. Every country we help out. Every country that we go into and liberate. I used the right word. Okay. Liberate. Every country we liberate. Isn't that what we did? We liberated the Iranians. We liberated the Venezuelans. We liberated the Mexicans. We're just liberating everyone all over the world. I feel liberated. I feel very liberal. Oh, wait, hold up. I said the bad word. I'm sorry, Donnie. I didn't mean to call you a liberal. I'm sorry, you're liberating so many people. Isn't that liberty? Liberal? I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. I didn't mean to call you a liberal and all this. I'm just so sorry. I'm just such an American. I didn't even have an I'm so sorry. I've hit this thing 40 times. Team America is a fantastic fucking movie done by the creators of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. They created a puppet film where it is about this team of American, let's not call them spies, American, you know what, I'll call them exactly what they are. They're American heroes, and what they do is they go around the globe and they stop terrorists, like at the beginning of the film when they blew up the Eiffel Tower so they could stop those hijab-wearing sand terrorists. And you know what? They did a beautiful job. Fuck you, France. You don't deserve an Eiffel Tower. As a matter of fact, Team USA, go over there to France right now and blow up the Eiffel Tower. Do it. Donnie, if you go over to France and occupy France, I don't even know if I'll say anything else about ICE. You can go back. You know what? By the way, ICE got real quiet after the fucking airport debacle that they had. They put ICE in the airports. Then they started sending money back to the who are the people that work at airports? It's the The TSA. They gave the money back to the TSA. ICE went back to doing their quiet maneuvers because they had to kill the fucking media hype on them. There were 3 straight months where ICE was nothing but the media. 4 months, 5 months. And what Donnie has been doing is trying to take the heat off them before he gets back to his youth. There is a lot of MOs that are being met right now. There are a lot of them. And I think you should all expect that over the next year and a half, things will speed up. I think what's happening is people, once you become more aware, things speed up. When you become aware of the time passing, you become more aware of the time passing. Do you know what I mean? Team America, a beautiful fucking movie about this actor who is AIDS. Everyone has AIDS, 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 AIDS. It's a fantastic film about this actor whose brother got molested, murdered by a monkey, and he's singing about AIDS in the beginning, and then he gets fingered by the guy who brings him onto the team, and he goes and he becomes the ultimate actor who blends in with the terrorists and tries to stop the terrorist plans. He even has a signal whenever he's there. He goes, oh, I don't know if there's any tongue. He does that. And that's his signal to let them know that they're good. But later on, he walks away after banging the bitch. Team USA gets captured by Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-il. No, it's Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il captures them. I'm Ronry. So Ronry. Yeah, it's a fantastic fucking comedy. I can't even make fun of it. That's the best and worst part is I have no jokes to make about this movie because they all make themselves. And honestly, this was the biggest influence that I've taken for this. I want every 4th of July, just like every spring break, we're going to do a spring break. We got themes. We got certain things we're going to stick to, and every 4th of July, even if it's not Team America, it will be Team America. Do you know why? Because there is nothing greater in this world than the American fucking country. There is nothing, better than the fucking USA. God damn it. I'm going to finish this beer before we finish this episode. Because, this beer is finishing me, and I need to finish it before it finishes me, just like every American. We can't let the oil win. We need to beat the oil. We need to beat the oil mongers. We must win. USA. USA! USA! It's just me shouting into the way. USA! Let me finish the beer. You know what? I want this to be a teaching moment. We, as Americans, are the greatest things to ever live. We just are. There's no question in it. We are the greatest things to ever live. We as Americans are the greatest things ever created since Adam and Eve. We are the true representation of beauty in this world. We bleed red, white, and blue, baby. We, just like Team America, just like Homelander, we are the representations of freedom and enterprise in this world. Excuse Jesus Christ. And you know what? I think it's time that we launch into this 250th anniversary the right way. So you know what? I think we've done finished up here. Studio Storm Stew. Ain't got nothing else for you, baby. So you know what? Back to you. You know what? Back to you. Storm on the streets with your extra patriotic feats. Love you, brother. Have at it. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for the beautiful reintroduction, Studio Storm. I'd like to welcome you all to the conclusion of the 24th podcast, 25th YouTube episode, 250th American Anniversary special of StormWatch. Without further ado, I'd like to wish y'all a happy 4th of July, and I will see y'all next fucking weekend.